Did it again.
Fifers arriving. Welcome to the Fifers DD991 podcast. I'm Rocky, Gilly, and Mick, and it's episode 111, and we're going to talk about whatever we want on whatever day this is, but it's Sunday. Begin.
Indeed,
Oh.
sir, indeed.
I came across this last night, this video, right?
Mm-hmm.
These local ranchers, are trying to break into the grocery market, right? Trying to push out the big four, right? Just watch.
People say small ranchers can't feed America. I laugh. We are feeding America. We're just locked out of the system. So, I'm building a new one. Let's talk about the American Rancher Alliance, the producer-owned cooperative I'm building. It's going to launch in Florida once we move, and then expand regionally and eventually nationally. For decades, 4 giant corporations have controlled almost all of America's beef. They decide what we get paid, what the consumer pays, and who gets shelf space. Most of them aren't even American owned. That's not just squeezing ranchers, that's a national security issue. So instead of begging the big four for a seat at the table, we're building our own table. This isn't a corporation. This isn't a private company. This is a producer member cooperative owned by the ranchers, run by the ranchers, and governed by ranchers' votes. Every rancher gets 1 membership, 1 vote, shared profit distribution, shared branding and marketing, equal say on pricing, standards, and strategy, and access to grocery store shelf space we secure as a group. No single rancher is the boss. The producers are the board. And here's why this is so vital. No small rancher can walk into Walmart, Publix, Costco, or Target and get on those shelves alone. Not because their beef isn't good enough. It usually beats corporate beef every time. But because big box stores require volume, consistent supply, unified packaging, labeling, logistics, audits, barcodes, cold storage, distribution timelines, and reliability. One rancher cannot meet those requirements by themselves. That's why small American producers stay invisible to most of the American consumers. But together, as a cooperative, we can meet every requirement the big four meet without giving up our identity, our story, or our ranch. Alone, we can get in front of the majority of American consumers. Together, we can stand shoulder to shoulder and walk through the front door. That's why this matters.
You all think about that?
I don't hate it.
Well, what a lot of people don't understand is that there's 4 companies that run all the meat market, right? Beef, pork, chicken, all of it. You know, when they say that there's a supply, they're the reasons why the price is going up. It ain't the fucking ranchers. It's the fucking they're keeping a product back. Saying that they're so they can raise prices. What they're doing. The big four are.
Yeah, I'm pretty much against anything that fucks with food. I mean, I've heard stories. I mean, this is not completely related, but I've heard stories about hunters who've, killed, a bunch of animals, had their shit processed, and decided to give 50 pounds of meat to homeless shelters. And the
Yeah.
homeless shelters, you know, they can't accept it because of the
Yeah.
FDA and regulations and shit. I mean, you've got people fucking harvesting the best meat on earth. They're
Yeah.
giving these homeless people literally premium fucking meat that you just can't buy. And they're like,
Yeah.
nah, it doesn't meet regulations. You can't do that. It's like, who the fuck are you, man?
Yeah.
So
Well,
I know it's not completely related, but like
No.
it's in the same family of people that
Yeah,
fuck with
it
the
is.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that. I like that because they're telling people basically stop fucking with our food.
Yeah. It's just like Thumper said on here, find a local rancher, buy from him.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
because that's why a lot of them, even like the the 666 fucking ranch, which is a real ranch that Sheridan owns, right?
Quad 6.
They've been doing direct consumer for fucking years.
Yep.
You know, that's where the ranchers are making their money, direct consumer right there.
Yeah, the thing is,
when I go to my local butcher, dude, the meat is it's a little more expensive, but it's still competitive and it's so much better.
yeah, the thing is the margin that they make off of their meat when it goes to a big store is so little that, in all honesty, most ranchers or cattlemen or hog farmers, they struggle. It's crazy because there's no margin in their meat. They don't make near as much as if you were to go straight to them and buy it straight from them. And then you pay the butcher. So now you're not only supporting one company, now you're supporting two local companies. And the money is going right back into your community. Whereas here, Walmart, they've negotiated this deal with these butchers and stuff like that, these mass producing butchers. So they're paying pennies on the dollar for their stuff to be butchered. And these butchers aren't making near as much as a local butcher profit wise as if you were to support a local butcher. So yeah, they make a shit ton of money because it's just based off of sheer volume. If they were to do the same amount of work as a local butcher, they wouldn't stay in business. They wouldn't be able to. Your
local butchers are important too because when the second year we did pigs, the first time it took all day for 6 of us to process 4 hogs, and there was no grind. It was all fucking primal cuts, and it worked out pretty well. But like, it was a lot of fucking work. So the next time around, we did a lot of the work, but we gave the carcasses to the butcher and had them do all the cutting and grinding and packaging. A lot of hunters do that too. If they got time to hunt but don't got time or the space to process, they'll throw an elk at a butcher and say, hey, I want so much of this, so much of this, so much of this, and they'll get it done. So I mean, having a local butcher, it ain't just about getting your fresh meat from wherever they rancher they get it from. When you harvest your own meat, they're fucking really handy to have around.
Yeah, I mean,
do you guys think this is connected to that shit that happened in 2022?
Oh, what shit? So much happened in 2022.
Remember when those trains with chemicals just like ran off the road in Ohio?
Oh,
all
yeah.
the ranches and the meats are, and it caused some kind of thing where it was killing chickens, cows, pigs, and all kinds of stuff.
No,
Like
Hard
it's
to say,
connected
but-
because they're raising the prices. They're using the death of the
Rocky,
to
the
raise it.
Big Four have been doing this for decades. It ain't just
Here's the
now.
thing.
They've been doing it for decades.
You remember just recently the whole avian flu getting into the chickens and all that?
Yeah, they
Right,
called
and
like
the price
100
of
million
eggs?
chickens.
The price of eggs went up. There was, and I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm not going to say their fucking name, but they are a chicken farmer here. Okay. And Iowa is one of the largest egg producers in the nation, if not the largest. And he told me he was approached and asked to inject this into their water sources for the chickens, and he would make more money by killing off his flock and not producing eggs if he were to do that. And he declined to do it. And guess what? He started losing fucking contracts where his eggs went. And all the other farmers that did take the deal, they made tons of money, way more money than if they were to actually keep their contracts and sell their eggs.
Yeah.
And it's a control thing. It's how they market the product, and they control the demand and supply, right? That's really what drives your prices. And in Iowa, they say I think it's like 1 in 6 eggs in the entire nation that's consumed comes from Iowa. That's a lot of eggs. I mean, you're talking, and this is Iowa. We're actually more of a pork state than anything, but we produce so many eggs that at least 1 in 6 that you eat comes from Iowa. And they came in and they talked to these farmers, and and I talked to the farmer for quite a while, and he refused to do the deal, and he started losing contracts. He had less and less trucks showing up to haul his stuff away, which is sad.
Yeah.
And then his chickens ended up getting sick anyways. And he refused to do that kind of stuff. And he thinks somebody got something in there.
I wish we could find out who these people were and go to their house and fucking do that to them.
Rocky, watch
I'm curious.
watch the documentary on it on Netflix about the guy who did the burger thing. He did one about chickens, about big chicken.
I'm not. I don't care about that. I want to go after the people that are doing it and take them out.
He tells you who's doing it, what companies are doing it.
Take their asses out. Take them out of the game by putting them down 6 feet below.
Rocky, just watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, if you're going to try and control the food of everybody, you deserve to die. Sorry.
Well, it starts at the local level, you know.
Yes. Yes, but
people. I mean, I'm not going to blame people because our culture, if you want to call it that, has kind of gotten away from it, kind of like slowly, imperceptibly gotten away from it. But back in the day, after World War II, like what was it, like 40% of a person's calories were grown locally or on their own land. People had vegetable gardens, they kept chickens, they kept goats, like they kept animals for either meat, dairy, and if you have a whole town full of people, let's say you got a town full of, well, that's a small town like I grew up in, like 1,500 people. If only 500 of those people were keeping gardens and chickens or hogs or whatever, that's enough food for everyone. Like you can buy that, and that's enough food. I mean, yeah, you're gonna want some specialty shit like cheese and processed things like bread and so on. But the whole point is, on the local level, man, we are more than capable of feeding ourselves. And I think that what we need to do is get rid of a lot of the ordinances they have against having livestock on your property. I mean, as long as you can contain it and it doesn't become a nuisance, it shouldn't be a problem, right?
There will come a day when that has to happen.
Yeah, no, it does have to happen, and the food supply doesn't have to be this big centralized thing. The food supply can be a local thing.
I know,
because it used to be.
Rocky, watch Super Size Me 2, Holy Chicken.
I saw that.
Super Size Me 2, you saw that one?
It's good.
I never saw it.
It's about the big chicken companies. They talk about exactly the same thing what we're saying. Exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, we need to get back to that because, I mean, there is some stuff that does need to be done on a mass scale, like corn, wheat, any of your grains. They do need to be grown on, no less than like 50 acres. Like you need a shitload of it going all at once to make it worth the effort of doing it. But I mean, I grew up in a town that did that. Like there was massive swaths of Jordan, New York that were, cornfield. And they would, harvest the corn and the squash and the pumpkins and all the shit they grow. And they put it out on the roadside with a fucking money box. You grab your fucking produce, stuff the money in the freaking box, and away you went. So, my upbringing is that even, things that need to be grown on a mass scale can still be done locally.
If everybody had 6 chickens, right? Or the majority of people on your block had 6 chickens, that right there would support your entire neighborhood with eggs and meat.
Yep.
Because you would rotate them out, right?
Yeah.
The ones that are old and not laying anymore, they turn into stew chickens. You get eggs, you pull them all together and you split them up between the houses. It would save so much money in the long run. And like, I know like you can't, not everybody can have a freaking pig, but you support
some people can,
local. Some can, absolutely. And there's a house down the street. They have two, and when I say small pigs, they're probably 200 pounds almost.
Yeah,
And
probably
then
guinea hogs.
they have a big one that's probably pushing 500 pounds, and this is in the middle of town.
Yeah.
You know, you get people like that, and you start to spread that around, right? That wealth. These companies would not. It would damage them so bad that they would have to take care of us. You know what I mean? It would reset their whole mindset, because they would start losing so much money because we're not relying on them anymore. You know,
That's what needs to happen then.
And that's why, like, you look at the things I do, right? And what I mean, Gilly doesn't really have the option to do it because he has to have specialty shit and stuff like that. I get it. But like with me, growing my own vegetables, you know, buying my cow from a fucking farmer, you know, getting my eggs from somebody local, and which, by the way, next year I'm going to have my own chickens. I'm going to have a greenhouse. I got all the material for it except for the roofing. I bought all that material before my divorce, but I couldn't put it up until after the divorce. Now that's final. Guess what? I'm getting my chicken coop, my chickens, and my greenhouse set up because I am tired of buying groceries. And I went and bought, I think it was tomatoes, and I had them for 2 days. And then after 2 days, they were already mushy and wrinkly because I might have had them for 2 days. The store might have had them for 5 days, but they sat in a fucking warehouse somewhere for a week and a half to 2 weeks before the you know what I mean? And it's crazy to me that we waste so much food in this world.
Yeah.
We can become more self-reliant again, go back to the way things used to be, you know, pre and during the Great Depression, you know. That's when people survived. That's when they took care of each other.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you remember hearing about those penny auctions, right?
Oh yeah, the penny auctions. Yeah, they'd hang a noose as
Yep.
a warning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard them, but when farmers were losing their property, right? Because they were getting foreclosed on because they couldn't make the payments, all the farmers and everybody, the ranchers and everything would show up. And they would, like Mick said, they'd put a noose up. And that was a warning to everybody. You do not bid on this property.
Yep.
The only person allowed to bid on that property was the owner.
Yep.
And that's why they called it penny. That's why they called it penny auctions, because they would win their property back with a penny.
Yep.
And because nobody else would go in there and start, because they did make examples out of people when they first started doing it.
Yep.
You'd have people come in and start bidding on these, and the next thing you know, they're getting lynched. There's a reason.
And let's look at some of the food you would call a luxury item and bounce it off, you know, the locally sourced test. Okay, say I wanted to make a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Y'all seen me make a Chick-fil-A sandwich on the the galley, right?
Easy.
Piece of chicken, no problem. Anyone can have chickens, right? You're gonna beat the shit out of it, do what you got to do to get it in the right shape, and then you got the breading. What do you got there? You got flour. Well, Thumper, you grind your own flour, right?
Yep.
Someone can grow that shit locally. They do it. So there you go. That's the flour. You can get that locally. You got the dredge. What's that? Milk and eggs. Well, anyone with a chicken and find someone with a cow, you've got milk and eggs for the dredge. So dredge that shit. Now it's time to fry it, right? Well, what do? You fry it in fucking either tallow or lard. Or you got some rancher out there fucking, you know, selling cows and pigs and stuff. Well, there's your fucking frying oil right there. That could be had locally. And then I'm going to put that shit out. I'm going to put it on a bun that some local baker fucking did. If I didn't do it myself, some local baker. And the pickle chips, that's going to be, you know, cucumber from somebody's fucking garden that they pickled. You know, the pickling's easy as hell.
Yep.
And then a slice of cheese on top of it. And that is probably the most complicated bit of it because there's not a whole lot of cheese makers out there. But I also follow guys on YouTube that make cheese out of their own home.
But now the cheese Mick, there's a machine that does it for you now.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
You can get a machine for it,
but the whole
like
point
you said,
is, Mick, I can make a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Yeah.
With nothing but stuff that was sourced within 10 miles of me.
Nope.
Even the flour and stuff, that's from a family-owned farm out in Washington.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a 6th-generation owned farm. It's been in their family for 6 generations, and they're certified glyphosate-free, glyphosate residue-free. So no
Yeah.
Roundup, nothing. They don't treat it with folic acid, nothing. They don't do any of that crap. It's just the wheat berry, and they have different kinds of wheat berries. They even have some beans that you can buy.
Hmm.
You know,
So
I've got beans on my shelf that I grew 3 or 4 years ago in a mason jar, not fucking sealed or dried. I pod dried them, and I got black eyed peas. You know, I can
Yep.
have them whenever I want. I just got to soak them.
yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah,
a
well-
lost art. People
Well, you got to work a
forget.
little harder to get your food if you want to do it old school. But I mean, you're not spending that much more time. You're really not.
No, you're really not.
And I'll tell you what, ever since I made like cooking a focus of mine, like actually doing it correctly, doing it old school. The wife and I were talking about this over breakfast this morning. Actually, we throw away almost nothing anymore. Like we used to throw a lot of food away, and I grew up, when I was really little, we were very poor, and so wasting food was like a fucking sin.
Yep.
And even me and the
Exactly.
wife, we threw away a lot of food just through freaking negligence and just all that. But when we started focusing on making our own, it's like, wow, we throw almost nothing away anymore.
That's why I feed my neighbors and friends, because I don't eat, and I recognize I don't eat leftovers. So what do? I feed other people because I don't want it to go to waste.
Yeah. If you're not
You
getting
know?
it, might as well.
I took somebody food last night. She was at work. It was her birthday, and I said, "Here, I'll bring you food for your birthday. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, here you go." You know. I even called my neighbor to see if he wanted some food, and he didn't, but because he'd already ate. But he was kind of upset he already ate because he really likes my cooking.
Yeah.
Well,
But
eventually, you won't have to worry about that once you get your freeze dryer. You won't have to worry about that.
I know, and I cannot freaking wait.
So
And if you got yourself a community like that doing that, it's not at all what we would call communistic, because everyone is buying and trading value for value, But
yes.
just because they're all helping each other out and supporting each other doesn't mean you're communistic. It just means that you're keeping your market close and reliable. And
Well,
like Thumper
and
likes to
I
feed
know-
people, right? You got some people that, don't like to work, kind of lazy, always behind.
Yep.
They get a little food, you keep them from starving. But after a while, if you got folks that take too much of an advantage, the rest of the community is going to either kick their ass or cut them off, So like it's a self-regulating fucking system. The needy
And I
who are
know-
truly needy, they fucking get what they need.
Yep.
And the
I
lazy,
know
they don't
for
get
a
shit.
fact that if I need help with anything, those will be the first people to step up and help me, because
Yeah.
I've helped them and I've fed them, and they know that I take care of them, and it's a symbiotic relationship that they might not feed me, but they have other skills,
Yeah.
and that means that makes a huge difference in everybody's lives, because my neighbors, that's how they all got to know each other, was me feeding them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, it's
granted,
it's like I think I told you this story before. When I was a kid, man, my father was the best auto mechanic in 3 fucking states, and he did some very, very, very expensive, time-consuming work on the van of a local carpenter, and he hooked my dad up with fucking brand new cabinets in our kitchen for it.
yeah.
Neither one of them could have done the other's job, not nearly as well anyway. I'm sure the carpenter could have tinkered around his truck a bit, and my dad could probably build a cabinet. All right, it functions, but like you're saying there, when you go skill for skill, everybody gets the best of everybody's fucking labor.
And that's what's awesome about it, is you take care of each other as a community, and literally you can cut down how much you spend monthly, how much effort you have to put into something, and have all this help, and that would eliminate so much. That would eliminate that could eliminate a shit ton of EBT stuff,
Oh yeah.
if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people on EBT that can work. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Find out what their skills are and trade.
would also eliminate the scourge of these fat ass poor people, you know, the
Yep.
ones that are pouring on EBT, but they eat nothing but garbage. And so, you know, not only are they unproductive, they're also fucking unhealthy. Couldn't be productive if they tried after a certain point because they weigh 400 goddamn pounds.
Yep. And that would save money on our taxes and everything because now your healthcare just dropped.
Yeah.
You know, your national healthcare is way less now.
Yep.
Because now people are getting healthy again. I mean, like, if you look, there wasn't in the Great Depression, there wasn't diabetes.
No, it was not.
It was it was like non-existent.
You didn't have fucking heart attacks like we have now until Crisco and all that came about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which was about 1920s, 1930s, but people were a lot healthier back then too. Well,
I mean,
They
don't get me wrong.
interviewed a doctor in the 30s, and he said before all that shit came out, he'd never heard of a heart attack. He'd never seen a heart attack. People would have their heart stopped because they were 90.
Yeah.
But as far as an actual heart attack, he's like, this is like in the 1930s. Dude's like, yeah, this is new. This is not normal. I've never seen one my whole life up until like 5 years ago.
I mean, some people died, early and everything. You're always going to have that outlier or whatever, but it was not a common thing.
Yeah.
Was there disease? Yes. Was there cancer? Yes. But was it as prolific as it is now? Absolutely not.
No.
And that's what you got to look at is what was the instance, the cases, like how long, how many in ages and everything else. And you got to take that into consideration because, back then people did drink. So alcoholism was a legit thing. It affects your health. Yeah. You're going to have problems, and
but they drank more whiskey. But they drank more whiskey back then than they did beer back then too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read the book, The Winds of War and War and Remembrance. And it was a book about a family before and during World War II, right? Really great series of books. But, dude, the characters in those fucking books, they drank fucking whiskey like it was water.
Well,
like every 15 fucking minutes, they were pouring a drink or making a cocktail or fucking something, man. They drank like fish back then.
Well, that's because that's how their ancestors, they were raised, because back then, when you're talking, Western days, they couldn't drink water. Very rarely did they drink water because they would get sick.
That's how they purified the water, was distilling it. So how they did it.
And so
make a little grog,
Yeah.
You think about it, World War II, that's not that far away from from the Western days. People were still alive.
About 70 years.
There was still family members alive from the Western days during the, during so that's understandable on why they would drink that whiskey, more than what we do now.
I can prove that shit too, man. My grandpa told me a story. He was at Pearl Harbor when it was bombed. Like he's a World War II vet from the beginning. He said he was in the Pacific, and they fucking gave his unit some hams that had been stockpiled since the fucking Spanish-American War.
Oh damn!
Literally said they were in a fucking cave, fucking stored and. He told me they pulled those things out of their containers and they boiled them until they were done. Took a bite, too salty. They emptied the water. They like boiled and emptied the water like 4 times on these fucking hams. And even after all that, they were still too salty to eat. They had to throw them out.
Jesus,
they weren't getting sick because they were spoiled. They were perfectly preserved, but they were so fucking salty they weren't edible. But yeah, World War II, he was getting rations from the literal fucking Spanish-American War.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, it's not that far of a time gap between Western expansion and World War II.
Not really. Well, in the Civil War. That's where we got our first modern battleship, the ironclads, the Monitor and the Merrimack.
And submarines too, on both sides too.
Oh hell, we had a submarine in the Revolutionary War, man. They call it the Turtle, I think.
Yep. But we didn't have the iron ones until then, Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War is when we got the iron ones though, and they
Yep.
fucking the Monitor and the Merrimack. They kept
Yep.
shooting at each other, and neither side won because neither one could pierce each other's armor.
Yep.
So the
Yeah.
Civil War is like where the modern battleship kind of started. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, like Thumper was saying, it's not. I mean, it's far back, but it ain't that far
That
back.
far back, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, right now there's a guy at the gym. He goes every day. He is there for hours. He goes and works out, and for 4 days a week he plays pickleball also. He's 98 years old.
Ooh, nice.
This guy puts people to shame. He's doing planks and push-ups and sit-ups and doing the hand bike, and he's playing pickleball 4 days a week, and he's walking the track. He's using the roller for his back on the wall. I mean, he's 98.
Well,
Think about what all that guy has seen in the last 98 years. I mean, that's more than 50 years longer than I've been on this earth.
well,
You know,
talk to him. See, I got my grandpa who's 94, right? He was still working his ponies, right? You know, exercising them every day, horse them up at 90. Now he can't no more because his heart and vertigo, you know. But he was 90 years old, still working horses.
Yeah, this guy, I mean, he's 98. And there's also
Yeah, sit down, talk to him, man. I guarantee you that old man's got some stories to tell you.
there's also two 94-year-olds that work out there too.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because if you think about it, right, the base that he's working out on was built just before the Civil War.
Yeah.
I mean, he's seen expansion on that base a
Like
lot.
a motherfucker. Yeah.
Like a motherfucker.
And I guarantee he's still chasing pussy like my grandpa does. He goes up to old folks' home, right? Has lunch every day. He's chasing that old tail around there.
I don't know how he's getting to base. I don't know if somebody's driving him and dropping him off. I've never seen somebody come in with him.
If he's playing pickleball or working out, guaranteed he's driving himself because my grandpa at 94 still drives.
He might be.
You know, so.
But he's 98. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know? And I guarantee you he doesn't eat the same shit that regular Americans are eating. He eats stuff from like back then, you know? It's like,
well, he's eating bacon every day, eggs every day, guaranteed.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing I did when I woke up this morning was make me some eggs. Threw some onion in it, some jalapenos, a little bit of cheese. You know, I eat eggs every day.
This morning I had the wife take some biscuits out the freezer that I made, drench them in butter and air fry them, fried up a package of bacon and made some fucking smash browns in the grease out of some tater tots we had left over and made a sandwich out of that.
Yep.
Everything in that motherfucker was dripping fucking butter and bacon fat.
I cooked that chicken last night in browned butter. I sauteed up the onions and then took the onions out, and then I put more butter in, and then it mixed with the agave juice and the butter that was already in there, and then it browned up, and I put the chicken in it and fried it in that butter, and it's a sweet cream butter. Oh man, it's so good.
Oh, I did do the onions. I fucking painted some fucking honey on them, right? On the smoker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like to cut a hole out of the middle of the onion and put like butter in it.
Yep.
And then bake it in like a Dutch oven.
Yep.
I'll put some seasonings on it before you bake it. Woo!
But I just quartered these. I just quartered it, right? Like you said, drizzled some honey on it, right? Threw that on the smoker, no pan, right? Oh yeah.
Nice.
But I guarantee if we ever get a fucking compound, right? You know, everyone else gonna have their fucking beef and all that, hogs, right? Guess what I'm gonna have? Ostrich and ducks.
Yeah.
Because I'll keep this fucking in line with fucking duck fat.
Gotta get some beef. Gotta get some geese, some ducks.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have all kinds of fucking lard, you know, whether it be duck, pork, or beef.
I'm just saying, those eggs. Woo. Eat one egg in the morning. Holy shit. No, that's like a family. That's like if we get a compound, we all meet up in the morning at a table and eat breakfast together. And that egg, you do one egg and scramble that motherfucker, everybody gets to eat.
Yeah, but you can't eat all the ostrich eggs. You gotta hatch them.
You got to hatch some, yes.
You got to
Yeah,
hatch some,
for
yes.
eating, yeah.
But yeah, that'd be like a big family breakfast right there.
Well, you figure 20 acres to take care of that, all right?
Oh, no.
We're getting
Well,
way
20
more than
acres for that. Well, technically, you need an acre per animal. Technically, you do.
Okay.
I am requiring for myself.
Yep.
I want my land. I want our land, whatever, to be 400 to 500 acres.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason for this. I want it to back up to federal property, so they cannot build.
Yeah.
And and the reason why I want that is so that way we don't have neighbors right on us.
Yep.
Puts that buffer in between us and other people, and it's easier to defend. And then we have enough area for a pasture for growing corn and wheat and soy.
Yeah.
And then you have a whole nother section for all your animals. And then you have your play area with like fucking dirt track and, all that and gun range and, and I have to have a water source on the property, a spring, a pond that we can stock. And then the closest town, I think, should have no more than 5,000 people.
And it would be a real shame if there were ducks and deer that come around there.
Well, yeah.
Well, and that's why I want that way you don't always have to just raise them. You can depend on your land as well.
Yeah. But in the meantime, you raise them too. Then you ain't got to worry about that if they're not flying that season, right?
Well, and my brother-in-law and his wife, the ones out in Montana, a big percentage of their protein is fucking rabbit, because out there in Montana, those fuckers are everywhere.
Yep.
And they've got fucking 4 Deutsch Drahthaar. I'm sorry, they've got 3 Deutsch Drahthaar fucking hunting dogs.
Yep.
And they'll send the dogs after the rabbits. They'll fucking savage those things, bring them back. So, I mean, a lot of what they eat is rabbit because it's just running out there and it's free and it's nutritious.
And rabbit is good for you too.
Oh, yeah.
If you raise meat rabbits,
Yep.
they're the fastest producing animals.
Animal.
So,
Yep.
like when you raise them, you can slaughter them way faster than any other animal that you raise.
Yep.
Well, they breed like rabbits. I mean, that's a phrase for a reason.
And they grow fast too.
Oh yeah, I've seen some. I have a buddy whose family had meat rabbits. Those suckers get 2 feet long. They're enormous.
Hey guys,
Well,
I gotta take off real quick to go get my son.
All
I'll be
right.
right back.
All right.
but if you fucking raise like those Flemish rabbits, right? The giant ones, right?
Yeah,
That's a lot of meat right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I would at least want 50 acres to 75 acres just for the ostrich alone.
Really?
Well, because I would want enough, right, to produce eggs to hatch, and eggs to eat too.
That's true. Oh, I could live that life and be perfectly happy.
And it would be just a community just for us.
Yep.
I guarantee it, we get some kickback probably, through you're not allowed other people. No, we're not, motherfucker. This is our community. Fuck you.
I guarantee we'd have plenty of folks coming around though, like, hey, heard you got the good stuff over here.
Yeah. Well, then we'd have to get a fucking still for liquor and beer.
Oh, dude, we're gonna have a still, man. We're gonna make our own beer, wine, fucking liquor, all of it.
Because fucking beer gets expensive.
And it'll all be legal because we ain't selling the shit.
No, but I'm saying as much as we all drink, yeah, we gotta have our own, make our own shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The only thing that I couldn't really do reliably for how much of it that I consume, I'd have to get my tobacco elsewhere.
Yep. Well, same way with my chew too. So
yeah, I mean, the way it's processed, even if it's like natural tobacco, if you want a Cavendish, you got to take burley and you got to steam cure that shit. If you want Latakia, you got to take an Oriental tobacco and you got to smoke it. Like there's a lot of time consuming processes to make the tobaccos I like that I'm just not wanting to do.
Well, we got tobacco farms around here, right?
Yeah.
down in the river bottoms, and they just fucking dry age it, right? I'll tell you one thing: you chew all that like you do like chaw, like leaf tobacco, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that shit will fuck you up quick. Give you head rush quick.
A lot of nicotine, yeah.
It's fucking. All they do it like they did in the old days, right? They hang dry it. That's what they do, pretty much.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's the most concentrated fucking tobacco flavor ever, right there.
And that's going to be a burley tobacco because
Yeah.
there's different tobaccos that are described by the process and some that are described by the actual type of tobacco as it grows. Now, Virginia tobacco gives you a sweet, grassy flavor.
Yep.
Really smooth, really light, and it's got a nice, like a low to mid amount of nicotine, right?
Yep.
But burley is bolder, stronger.
Yep.
You know, the flavor's more intense, and burley is where your fucking nicotine is at.
Yep. Because growing up, you know, there was this whole band not too far. I knew him, and fucking, he's like, "Hey, boy, try this." He said, "Just bite it, dude." I fucking puked on that one.
Oh yeah, if you're not
If you're not used to it,
uninitiated in the ways of nicotine, yeah, there's some shit out there that'll make you. Yeah, well, you saw the Sandlot.
yeah,
Chaw.
yeah.
Oh shit.
But that chaw they was chewing, right, was already processed.
No, that's just fucking. They take the leaf, they age it a bit, and
Yeah, but I'm saying it was processed already in the bag, everything. That's what I'm saying, processed.
Oh right, yeah.
You know, good. Yeah, I remember the first time I ever did. I fucking dad would have a big chief, right? Big red, right, or red man, right? Red man.
Red man.
Well, guess what? I was 3 years old. I saw dad doing it. Guess what? I ate that whole bag. I'll tell you one thing. I got sicker than a motherfucker.
Of course you did.
And I did. Mom, dad had to take me to the ER. I had a fucking yeast infection in my mouth because of that.
Serious?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dude.
Jeez. Dang.
You know, that's why like me, I can drink with chew, right? And drink. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. That's probably one of the reasons why now. You know. Did y'all see this one right here? I know Mick saw this on Chief Williams' thing. That he posted earlier.
So this is an interesting little post. A trans influencer beaten in Brussels by Islamists. I've always supported Palestine. I don't understand why they attacked me, is what he said. I looked into the story, and this one right here, this man admitted he threw a glass of water in another man's face.
Oh, yeah.
Transphobic words. And found out that the fuck around part of fuck around and find out is something about like this. And that's how the world works. You don't manhandle a man and expect not to get hit, even if you dress like a woman. Have a great day.
When are people going to realize
Islam does not like alternative
stop messing
lifestyles.
with people? Stop messing with people and making them accept your stupid fucking idea and lifestyle. It's fucking retarded.
Well, it's also like
stop. Just stop.
It's like I posted on the. I replied to Chief Williams posting that. It's like these idiots that fuck around with lions at the zoo and they're all confused when they draw back a stump. It's like, you're fucking dealing with Islam here, you idiot. You're a tranny.
Like, seriously.
What do you think they're going to do?
Sure.
You know, it'd be like me fucking walking down the streets of Tel Aviv eating a pork chop and screaming that Christ is Lord. Am I going to be surprised when someone hits me in the head with a fucking rock? No.
Someone's going to say you shouldn't be eating pork.
or in India, eating a fucking cow.
Right. Walking down the streets of New Delhi, eating a fucking cheeseburger and drinking a fucking glass of whiskey. Yeah. That's going to go over real well.
I don't even know. I mean, what goes on in India? It's completely.
Cows are sacred.
Cows are sacred.
Yeah, I know cows are sacred there.
Yeah. They will fuck you up for killing a cow. Put it that way.
Yeah. The whole point is, though, man, you got to know what you're getting yourself into before you interact with certain groups of people. Now,
yeah,
you know, and I'm saying this completely non-judgmentally, but if you're a homosexual or a transsexual or anything like that, stay the fuck away from Muslims. They'll
They're
kill
not gonna. They're not gonna accept your lifestyle.
They'll smack the shit out of you. Like they're just not going to have it. It doesn't matter if it's wrong or right. Wrong or right is completely out of the fucking equation. What is what is, and what they will do is what they will do.
Yeah.
So don't fuck around with it. Oh God, you know there's a reason why I smoke so much.
Hey, have you all heard about the riots? The riot that was at West Point, 1826.
No. What
At
about?
West Point, like the military college?
Yeah. Check this shit out. Their tradition of Christmas eggnog is so deeply rooted in our history that it once caused a full-blown riot at West Point, 1826. Cadets defied orders and smuggled alcohol for their holiday party, leading to property destruction and expulsions. This single event shows just how seriously early Americans took their festive traditions.
That is so metal.
You know,
Yeah, you don't take alcohol and tobacco away from the American Armed Forces. It's just not a great idea.
well, they'll find a way to. Yeah, they'll find a way to get it.
Whatever trouble we get into because of it is absolutely nothing compared to the trouble you're going to have if you try to ban it. It's like in the Revolutionary War. People were asking, civilians were asking General Washington, you know, what can we do for, you know, the Continental Army and all that? And he says, send money. And if you have no money, send tobacco.
Yep.
Like that was his recommendation is if you can't give us money, give us tobacco.
Well, and also too, he kept the troops fucking, full of whiskey too, because he had his own distillery too.
Yeah, he did. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people forget that.
He's a smart guy.
Because River had a history thing last year, right? He's like, Dad, what's George Washington known for? I said, whiskey making.
Pretty good.
He said, no. I said, no. I'm telling you, it's whiskey making. Put it down. And he did. I got a call from his teacher. He goes, why'd you have him write that down? I said, because he's known for his whiskey making. That's what he was. He was a distiller before he was president. He's like, oh, I didn't know that. I said, yeah, because they don't teach that shit at school.
Well, y'all remember the movie Pitch Black, the one with Vin Diesel, where they were trapped on that desert planet, right?
Yep.
And you had that one guy who was a fucking antique dealer, and he dealt in rarities and luxuries, and he's sitting there under a parasol, and he's got a drink or a very expensive wine in one hand and a cigar in the other hand. And they ask, "What are you doing?" And he says, "Well, it's amazing how long you can go without the necessities as long as you have the luxuries."
That is true.
You know, so Washington giving his men whiskey when food was short, not a terrible idea. I mean,
It's called liquid courage.
well, and in the absence of food, it keeps your morale up.
Yeah, and it keeps your blood pumping.
Well, and the Scots and the Irish, guess what they brought with them from their homeland? There's fucking whiskey recipes with them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yep.
You see,
And that's why my family, like I still got family in West Virginia, right, and Virginia. You know, some of those people I've met, right, dude, they still make their own moonshine from the same recipe that was brought over from Scotland.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at the Cubans, man, I would never wish what happened to Cuba to happen to anybody, but when Castro, he did his thing, he says, okay, if you want to leave, leave. Like he had like that one like opening like back in I think the 60s where he was like, if you want to leave, I'll let you go. Fuck you.
Yep.
A lot of these Cubans, they filled their fucking pockets because I mean tobacco seeds are teeny tiny. Yeah. They filled their pockets with tens of thousands of tobacco seeds and they made their way to fucking Florida. Yep. And now we have, or they would go to Nicaragua, they go to various other places, not just the U.S., but now we have this like massive proliferation of that Cuban seed. All the modern cigars that we smoke, they're all derived from originally Cuban seed.
Yep.
And they're not quite the same because they don't have the same soil and conditions, but if it weren't for, the Cubans going commie like that, we wouldn't have the cigar industry that we have today.
Yeah. Because that was Actually, 1959 when Castro overthrew Batista.
Okay. Yeah. So early. So
But it was,
actually,
you're right, the early 60s, because that's when the mobsters still had their casinos down there, too.
yeah.
You know, because the mobsters were pissed. And you're right. Castro did tell people, if you want to leave, leave.
Yep.
If you don't, stay.
Yep.
And that's why the Bay of Pigs, well, Kennedy said, no, we're not invading. The CIA tried to get us to invade them along with the mobsters' help.
Yep.
You know, because the mobsters one of those fucking casinos back, because that was a big money making thing for them.
Oh yeah. But
I mean, I would,
got, you know,
I mean,
you've got.
I would love to visit Cuba, right? I ain't talking about the Navy base, but actual, Cuba. I would
Well, I
love
got
to.
a friend at work who visited Cuba last year, went on a diving trip, and then he went to some of the tobacco plantations, and he said it was freaking amazing. Like, it was awesome to visit.
I mean, just for the food alone and tobacco, yeah. But then, of course, the women, too, because they do got some beautiful fucking women. They really do.
They do. You know, they got a good. I mean, if you take out the communism, man, the Cubans got a great culture going down there.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a great economy before communism started.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were rich, really was.
They were like one of the jewels of the Caribbean.
Yeah. I mean, and all that history that they have too, man.
Well, yeah, but it's interesting, how these things, they propagate. Like the Scots Irish. To this day, you've still got those recipes being used to make both shine and legitimate whiskey.
Yeah.
The Cubans back in the day, they done fucked up the way they did, and now we have an entire tobacco industry that had its foundations in that mass exodus of people that left. Like shit's fascinating. It really is.
Well, and Cuban cigars are sold around the world, just not here. Because when we was in Japan, before we left, guess what? I bought 2 boxes of Cuban cigars to bring home. Stateside.
My first Cubans were in. My first Cuban was in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
you can get them in the Middle East all fucking day long, man. Legitimate ones.
Yeah, because the first time I was home on leave after we got back from Japan, right? I took those fucking boxes with me, right? Because a lot of people smoke cigars, right, around here. Anyways, people I do. I was like, here, try this. They said, what'd you get? I said, Japan. They're like, is this Cuban? I said, yeah. How'd you get that across? I said, don't worry about it. I said, because we fill out custom paper, but customs don't check us for shit like this.
They're not going to check an American warship.
Well, they will for drugs. They will do that. Remember, that happened to us in 2000.
Yeah. But
we had the drug dunks come up because somebody supposedly was smuggling fucking drugs from our Westpac.
Yeah. Yeah. But you're not going to get that for cigars.
No. Even my dad didn't even really smoke at the time. He smoked, but he was trying to quit, right?
Yeah.
He's like, damn, these are good. I said, I know, Dad. Yeah. You ain't going to get no better cigar than a Cuban place I'm not going to.
Yeah, the Nicaraguans, they're
close.
A lot of them are good, but in a totally different way. But you're not going to get the same flavor profile because of the soil and everything like that. They taste a certain way. You can't reproduce it.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like in a way, it's kind of like watermelon, right? Certain areas, like if you're on a river bottom, right? You have sandy soil. They grow the best watermelons in the world, right there. Yep. Versus a place that does not have that sandy soil on the river bottom, have all that good dirt, that minerals in them.
Well, why do you think Kona coffee is so good, man? Coffee has a real specific climate that it likes, and the island of Kona at a certain altitude on the island is ideal for coffee, and they only grow it, around that altitude.
Yeah. Well, because I let River, I finally got him some good coffee from Hawaii, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he loves that shit with just a little bit of maple sugar and honey. That's it. Mm. I'll tell you one thing, doing it like that versus all that shit you buy in the store, right? That's loaded with sugar, right? That helps with his ADHD a lot. It calms him down, just give him the real shit, the real good shit.
Yep. My wife, she drank that creamer for a while, and looking at all the crap that's in it, the carrageenan, the artificial flavors, and all that shit. Anymore, all she takes her coffee with is a little bit of dairy and a little shot of dark chocolate syrup.
Yep.
That uses real sugar, the real deal.
Yep.
That's all
You
she
know what we
does.
do? You know what we do when we drink coffee? I'll show you. Like where's it at?
Yeah, what you got?
See, I got River. I got one of those pour over things, right? Let it drip into
Yeah.
the thing.
We
He loves
put
that.
this. We put this in our coffee
Oh,
for
okay.
breakfast, right? We got a little mixer buzz. We call it a buzz. It's like a frother or something like that. I tried this one the other day. It's chocolate peanut butter.
Ooh,
It's pretty good, but the best tasting one that I've found is this one. There's another one too.
Rocky, if you just eat more eggs, you get your protein that way versus spending all that kind of money right there.
This
Yeah.
one is
that the mushroom protein stuff?
cinnamon toast. So it's like drinking cinnamon toast crunch for breakfast, right?
Mm.
And it's 25 grams of protein, just one scoop in the coffee, and you froth it. And you can I don't put creamer in it. I put a little bit of whipped cream on it, and it tastes great. And there's another one, it's like marshmallow, and I think it's the same company, dude. Great stuff for breakfast, dude. For breakfast, we'll eat our eggs and all that stuff, and we'll have this for breakfast too. So
Yeah,
it's a
but-
pretty good breakfast.
How much money you spending on that, Rocky?
I don't remember.
A lot. Because I seen people do that, and I looked into it, right? When I got back to work, lift the weight skim.
Yeah.
That's Rivers board. And I looked at that fucking price of that shit. I was like, "The motherfucker's outrageous. Fuck you. Ain't doing that." They said, "What are you gonna do then?" I said, "I'll be eating more eggs, eat more fucking meat." Plays up.
Yeah.
That's where you get the true protein right there, Rocky.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I'm just
that's
trying.
why
I'm just
our lunches
Rocky. I'm
have
just trying
all
to save you money, brother. On that.
Yeah, well, I'll look into it. It's more convenient for us to do that.
That's the thing. It's convenient. That's
'Cause
why
that,
people do it.
Because when we're drinking coffee, I'm not trying to, put a bunch of creamer in there or anything in it.
Yeah.
I love drinking coffee. I'm going to drink coffee with something that enhances the taste a little bit. Yeah.
Or you could be like me and drink your fucking coffee black like a man, but
I
whatever.
used to do it all. I switch every once in a while. Sometimes I'll just drink my coffee black. Sometimes I'll put creamer in it. Sometimes none.
But I did have River, test out that it was the chocolate macadamia and nut coffee, right?
Uh-huh.
I said, taste it black without anything first. He did. He said, it's good, but it's a little sweet. I said, okay. We'll drizzle a little bit of honey in there, right? Then maple sugar, the real maple sugar, that's minimally processed, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, Dad, I like that. I said, I know you will. Right there.
You guys are talking about coffee?
Yeah.
This is how I make my coffee on the
Yep.
on the stove.
Yep.
Cowboy
Nice.
coffee.
Which I got River, one of those things, right? I heat up the water in the kettle, right?
Yeah.
I got one of those drip things, right? You pour, coffee grounds at the top, right? And it drips down in there.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, that's one of the best ways to have coffee right there.
I know. Like, when I got out of the Navy, dude, the people I had good friends on the ship, and they're like, "Hey, man, do you want this freaking? It's the fancy coffee. What's the fancy coffee that you grind the beans in and you make little small cups of it?
Espresso.
Yeah, I had an espresso machine. Someone else gave me like a whole coffee pot set, and then, it was funny because I had all that stuff and I had to get rid of it because there's just no room in the house for it. I was like, man, because I already had another Keurig, right? I had a Keurig. I bought 2 Keurigs when I went to Washington, D.C. I had one in my office for coffee, and then I had one in my room in the barracks for coffee in the morning. And I brought both of those home, and one of them is in my commissary, and one's right here because the other one broke. So, I mean, I've saved money just by buying these things over the years, just by using them. It's great.
Here's what I got River right here for the coffee,
Uh-huh.
the dripper.
Yeah.
Fucking cheap as hell, $14 right here.
Ooh.
That's one of the cheapest ways. Because I ain't buying a fucking coffee machine because I don't drink coffee. I can't because I can't have the caffeine. And here's the coffee that I got River to try right here because Lil, he got me hooked on this one because he would have it shipped in from Hawaii since he's from there, right here.
Ooh.
And this is already ground coffee right there. Now you can get
Maui
it.
Coffee Co.
Now you can get it, in bean form, right, and grind it yourself. Fuck, I'll pay the $17 for the ground coffee.
Yeah, we got a coffee grinder. We do whole beans sometime, but for the sake of convenience, generally we buy the ground stuff.
You see, like
I drink it so fast that there's never any risk of it going,
bad.
off flavor wise.
And like River, he likes his coffee cold.
Boy likes coffee already, huh? Good for him.
Well, his mom got started on that because caffeine does help out with ADHD, right? But she was getting Starbucks was way too much sugar, and I told her, I said, do not give him Starbucks with all that sugar.
No.
Like Frappuccinos, cold ones, right? I said that's why he acted wild. There's all that sugar and ate the coffee.
Yeah, get that boy an espresso with a shot of heavy cream in it and call it good.
Yeah.
That's all he needs.
So I got that with the honey now.
Does he like cappuccino? Because all a cappuccino is espresso with cream and foam. Like there's no sweetener, no bullshit.
Oh yeah, he likes cappuccinos. Oh yeah.
Good. Yeah, good. That's actually good for you.
Yep.
If I can see if I go with something besides just plain old black coffee, if I'm at a Starbucks, I get the cappuccino.
Well, it's like me. I never liked coffee black, right? Never did.
Right.
If I'm gonna put sugar and creamer in it, right, or milk in it, guess what I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get me a cappuccino instead of having to do all the other bullshit.
Sure.
Because one of the best places I ever had coffee. I mean, of course, Italy.
Well,
I thought my heart was gonna explode, right? I was drinking coffee like it was water, right? Before we hit the bars.
Yeah, one time I was in fucking Bahrain at a Turkish coffee. Holy fuck!
Yeah,
Turkish coffee is the best, man. When I was in Istanbul,
I was drinking coffee by the gallon at that time, and it still fucking got my heart going.
Yeah,
straight off the street, dude. Oh, that Turkish coffee is amazing.
I know. I had some when we pulled into. I can't remember where it was at. Went to Istanbul, but we pulled into for 2002. The bed cruise. Oh my god, that street. You're right. That street coffee. That's hard to beat. Really.
Yeah, it's some of the best coffee. Turkish coffee. I had that shit over in Iraq and Afghanistan. Well, especially Afghanistan. There's a company though on bases when I was in Iraq and Afghanistan called Green Bean Coffee. Is on bases over there, and they had before my missions and stuff at night. I would go over there and I'd get what they called the Moak, the mother of all coffees, and that motherfucker would keep me awake for 2 days, dude.
Yep.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was so loaded with caffeine. It was not natural. That was damn sure.
Well, it's just like Americans, if they've never traveled outside the states, right? They have no idea what good coffee is. They don't.
Yeah.
We all know where Cafe Americano came from, right?
Where?
So World War II, we would, invaded France, and we were making our way through France, and the Americans were, wanting coffee, and so the French, they didn't really do coffee. They did espresso, that was kind of their style. That was Europe at the time. And so, they would, the French people would make Americans coffee, and it was like this, shot of espresso that was super hot, super bitter, and just like, holy shit. And the Americans were like, man, this is not what we're used to. Could you drop this in a glass of hot water to kind of dilute it a bit? And so when I took that espresso and I dropped it into some hot water and mixed it up, it turned into basically American coffee. And so the GIs would drink that. And so that's where we got Cafe Americano, because even though we were incredibly aggressive and effective war machines, we didn't want our coffee too strong.
Unless you're in the fucking Navy, there's like sludge coming out longer it sits.
Well, it wasn't no sailors in France at the time. It was all Marines and Army guys.
Why do you think I make my coffee the way I make it? Because I like my coffee black and strong. I don't like putting anything in it. So I make that cowboy coffee, so that way
my mother,
I know it's done right.
I'm smoking a tobacco right now, blend called Cowboy Coffee. I think it's kind of funny. But yeah, my mother, she likes to mix her coffee 50-50 with milk. And so when she brews a pot, she has to brew it twice as strong so she can fucking taste it. So me as a black coffee drinker, I got used to mud really early in life.
Oh, here's one for you boys right here.
Bowl's about done. Oh, what we got
Marine
here?
covers have a decorative thing on top of their cover because that was allowing the Marines to identify who their guys were, so we didn't shoot them. Lieutenant Commander Kylan Lemonager, the executive officer of USS Constitution.
How many sailors are stationed here?
Currently, we are mustering about 60 to 65 sailors, so not that many to keep her alive and promote her as well. All of them active duty.
Any Marines stationed here?
Unfortunately, no Marines. Well, back in 1812, the complement of the crew was anywhere between 450 to 500 sailors. On average, you had about 50 to 60 Marines in particular, which, funny enough, they were in charge of the same things they are in charge of today when you get a beer day underway in the Navy, wardroom and crew berthing areas to... They were specifically and intentionally placed between the officers and the enlisted to maintain that good order and discipline and prevent any mutiny. A lot of the Navy was consistent of a bunch of tradesmen and people who knew how to sail, and not necessarily know how to fight. So when the Marines originally started, the main thing in battle was they would take place on those fighting tops, all the way up there, and when we get the third one, up there. And they would be up there with their rifles, and they would shoot down at the enemy, targeting specifically officers. You'll notice the Marine covers have a decorative thing on top of their cover, right? That dates back to then because that was allowing the Marines to identify who their guys were, so we didn't shoot them. The Marine.
Yeah.
That was actually that. I don't know why, but that was. I remember that being in my ESWAS.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it would be because it's fucking naval history.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a big part of it is knowing the history of the U.S. Navy.
Yeah. I learned that back in 2000 when I got my ESWAS.
That's the ESWAS. That's Common Core. That's Navy wide, and then you go to the ship specific platform. And
Yeah.
I never did my ESWAS though. I trained a lot of people on ESWAS topsiders in engineering on the engineering side.
I got ESWAS on the 5, and then I requalified on the Lincoln, and then I did get aviation warfare because I was like,
Really? You got your
I'm
AW
here,
too,
I'm here for 2 years. I might as well get it. Maybe it'll help me put on a star, right? It didn't help me put on a star, but I still got it.
They were trying to get us to where on the cruise, the Westpac, we were supposed to be able to get the AWS because of the helicopter, but the fucking the skipper said no.
Yeah, because he wanted everyone to be like, where's the rest of the squadron? What other helicopters and planes do you have? Like, man, come on.
Well, because the DDGs does not have a helo attachment like the DDs did. That's a fact right there.
I think the DDs are cooler
Yep.
than the DDGs.
Trust me, I've been on both, right? Dude, the DDs were 10 times better than the fucking DDGs. The engine room on
They probably
DD,
had a tighter crew too,
yes, we did.
because there was more people and you had to work harder to get things.
No, we had the same amount of people. We did have the same amount of people, but it's just different atmosphere. But even with the boilers on a DD, the engine room on DD was cooler than a DG with no boilers
Really?
because of that fucking ventilation. You don't have the ventilation. We had the big ventilation on DD. On a DDG, you do not because of fucking the chemical warfare bullshit.
Oh, the CPS, right? The collective protection system.
Yeah. And we had the EVAPs, the ROs, not the EVAPs, but the ROs in main one on a DDG.
They weren't in auxiliary one?
No.
Ah, what was in aux 1?
Fuck, I don't remember.
Did they have an aux 2 like the 5 did?
I can't remember all that one.
I know we had a main 1, main 2, aux 1 and aux 2. We had forward pump room, HPAC place where they had the HPAC and the LPAC, generator, aft steering, the dome, but we really didn't mess with the dome that much.
We did.
Except for like sound and security where you had to do a sounding down.
Well, us as engineers, that's the only time we went down there. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only time. And then forward pump room, main 1, main 2.
Yeah.
And then Ox 1, Ox 2, 3 gen, aft
Yep.
steering. I'm forgetting another place. The trash compactor room, because that became like an engineer thing. When they started turning all the trash into those big fucking huge discs.
The plastic discs.
Yeah, they were
The
big. They
hockey
were like,
puck.
yeah, they were
That
big,
fucking
man.
room, dude. Whenever you walk by it, smelled
Oh,
like a
Oh man, it
decomposing
smelled like
vagina.
fucking hot garbage. Hot
Dude.
fucking garbage sewer.
God
dude. It
awful,
was
god
gross.
awful smell I've ever seen.
Because they got tired of fucking having all the trash from the galley, all that bullshit, and aft decon.
Yeah, I remember that crap. I hated having to clean that decon because of that.
I mean,
I did. We had to clean that when it was cranking.
they had the thing where all the food and shit would get separated and it would get shot over the side with an adductor, and then fucking the plastic discs were easier to store and sanitized because they melted it. And then they had the fucking other shit that they had that little incinerator there too or whatever.
Well, the incinerator for the shit never did work.
It hardly ever worked.
Yeah,
But that disc thing worked good.
yeah, but I never get. They tried to get me to get my ESWAS on the Laboon, right? Because that's right before it came mandatory, right? I'm like, I don't need this motherfucker for advancement. Fuck, come on now, you know, because they don't make you a better sailor getting your ESWAS. It does not, you know.
Makes you a slightly more knowledgeable one.
Knowledgeable, yeah, but when you're a sniper, right? All you give a fuck about, if you care, is your job.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. I mean, we was all still qualified as a snipe on the 50s, all that bullshit. So,
Well, the thing is, you know, as far as like cross training and all that stuff, the only engineering shit that a topsider needs to know is some damage control stuff. Everybody on that boat needs to be a DC man. I totally get that. And you know what? Every single snipe, in my opinion, needs to be qualified on all the small arms, because at the end of the day, you're a fighting man. And even if you're a fucking wrench turner and a steam breather, you need to be able to man that 50 if God forbid happens, right?
and we was all qualified on the 50s, small arms, everything.
But that's it. That's the only cross training you really need, because there's no way in bloody fucking hell as a topsider. I don't give a shit how smart I am. If I go down to the oil lab and I'm expected to do something, what the fuck am I going to do?
Well, and it's not like I'm going to
Zero,
go up
nada.
there. It's not like I'm going to go up there and fucking fire off a fucking tomahawk.
Yeah.
Or even
Or
fucking-
light up the Sea Whiz, right?
You couldn't even go up there and turn on the Spook 9.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I need you to get the Spook 9 online. For me, that's a 30-second job. For you, it's like, which button do I hit first? Like, yeah, like, you're not trained for it. It's just, it's
Well, we would be like, okay, let's hit all the buttons.
right.
Well, yeah.
Homer Simpson, you know, just
You guys had what? You guys had combat systems operations, right? CS, like EOP, like engineering operating procedures. You had combat system operating procedures and combat
it was
systems emergency
it
sequence.
was per system, but yeah, basically.
So you had like an emergency
They had-
thing, like
they
we
had,
would
they
have
had an EOS, like our EOS. What they
Yeah,
had.
they would have had like our EOS and EOP kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah, but like what Mick's getting at, we couldn't do his job as fast as what he did, and he couldn't do our job as fast as what we did ours.
I just think it's crazy that like we had to learn the navigation systems on a tomahawk, like the
Yeah,
two
right.
different navigation
Yeah,
systems,
like,
and like
why?
what do I need to know how it navigates? You know, through waypoints and
We need you to
all
get
that.
within 800 miles of where that tomahawk's going to land.
Yeah.
Past that, it isn't your problem.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not going up there and opening the curtain, sitting down, closing the curtain behind me, and launching fucking tomahawks. That shit ain't
Hey,
happening.
but I will tell you though, on DDG and O2, when we started launching tomahawks, right? I got to be in fucking combat when they was doing that. That was fucking awesome. That was fucking awesome though.
No,
You know.
it's fun having your finger on the fucking trigger. I tell you.
I'm gonna build
for
my
us.
own
It was the
tomahawk.
foot pedal, but you know what I mean.
You know, it was cool having that authority too. Like when I was the ATWO on the fucking carrier, the anti-terrorism watch officer, I had batteries release authority from the captain from the fucking ship to 3 nautical miles out.
Oh,
So if we had like an Iranian boat trying to attack us and we would use our LRADs and everything, I'd be like, okay, send a 240 on them, give them fucking warning shots across the bow while we're speaking to them in fucking Iranian or Farsi or whatever the fuck it is. If they don't do that, I got a 50 cal. And if they don't do that, I've got CWIS. And I want to use CWIS on those people. I want to completely, like, I want it filmed
Red
by
mist.
Iran. I want everyone to see this is what you do when you don't respect us. I'll fucking destroy your ass. You will be.
Now, y'all didn't have a 25
non-existent.
millimeter on that boat?
I can't remember.
On the Fife we had on the port side, we had that 25 millimeter Bushmaster. That thing was a fucking
you know
animal.
what?
Well, and the DDGs has a 25 too. Those are fucking awesome to shoot. Those.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Those
know.
25
We might
Mike
have,
Mikes are
had
nice.
25 Mike Mikes too. And they were like, they were right where we had like our LRADs, right? So
Okay.
in one place, they would have like their 50 cals, right? We'd have 50 cals on the bow,
Yeah.
port starboard. Then there'd be 50 cals in the back.
Yeah.
One on the fantail, then one on another place in the fantail that could look this way, and all the fields of fire would overlap a little bit, so no one would get fucking triangulated. But everyone, you'd be able to shoot the whole fucking thing right from either side, and then I would have my 240s right there, right next to the 50 cals, because I'd have an LRAD operator. Then I'd have some down closer to like where they had the smoke breaks for like the lower enlisted people, and then in the middle of the ship. We had like a CWIS, and maybe a 25 Mike and a 20. I can't remember on the Lincoln, but we had some guns there. But mainly the biggest thing that we did was just fucking launch planes. And then we had helicopters, right? So like when I went through the Straits of Hormuz and, you know, we have to go up the Straits of Hormuz, Iran was right there. And I had my, whatever the helicopters were, I forget which they were. We had 2 of them on the side, and they had the fucking 50 cals, and they were like this. Here's the Iranian boat. The helicopter was like this with the gun pointed at him, and it was just hovering like this the whole time while we're going on their way, right? So I have those guys doing that, and this and that, and I'm having everyone report in, hey, everyone okay. All conditions normal, because if I can't talk to someone, I need to talk to someone, because I was in charge of like my guys had a radio, but all the gunners mates and the FCs that would control all the other stuff, they had sound powered phones. So I'd have to stand next to the gun liaison officer, the GLO, we called him the GLOW, and he's like a GM1 or a GMC. And I would tell him, have the 50 cals go do this, have the 50 cals go do that, or whatever, right? Point them this way, point them that way. That way I had everybody concentrating on what the fuck they needed to do, whatever the threat was. And the great thing is we also had all our lookouts. So they were looking for like little drones, because at that point they had drones that could be this small that could go into an aircraft carrier with a payload bomb and blow up the hangar and kill people. And they had something happen like that in Hong Kong or something like that to one of the carriers that had pulled in before they came back to the States. And then the Lincoln was the only ship that could be operating in the Middle East, right? And so we had to create these big ass fucking nets that would block our hangar bays, so we couldn't have a drone come in that had a camera or a bomb on it. Like it's coming to that kind of stuff now. Like you have little things with a payload, just like that. Like a couple of weeks ago, we did a video where that guy was talking about how he had a drone, and this little drone is like a bullet, and it can go through someone's head.
Yeah, I saw
Remember that?
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing. Yeah. Hold on. My son's saying something. Give me a sec.
Well, here we go, fellas. Have y'all seen this one yet?
Only tried to rob you, and you took his life. That was an abuse of force, Taylor. You must pay for this.
A military veteran has been charged with murder after shooting and killing 3 teenagers who broke into his home. The parents of the teens are now demanding that the court sentence the veteran to death. According to police in Georgia, the 3 masked teens showed up at the veteran's home.
They kicked in the front door and entered the home to rob it, unaware that the homeowner was a former soldier. The veteran opened fire as soon as they entered. One of the teens fired back, triggering a violent shootout. A neighbor, startled by the gunfire, immediately called 911. When officers arrived, they found all 3 teens shot multiple times in the head and chest. Paramedics pronounced all 3 dead at the scene.
Why the fuck are you stealing?
Ages 15 and 16. After the autopsy report revealed that a total of 28 bullets had been recovered from the teens' bodies, their parents were furious, calling the homeowner's actions beyond excessive. They insisted the shooting was brutal and demanded that prosecutors charge the veteran with murder and seek the death penalty. The homeowner, however, maintains that he acted in
Life was in immediate danger. Under Georgia's self-defense and stand your ground laws, authorities determined that his actions fell within the bounds of lawful self-defense. This veteran once fought to defend his country. Now alone in his own home, he fought to defend himself. Do you think this was justified self-defense, or did he go...
You damn right it was.
Fucking justified. Why the fuck are you people breaking into houses?
I'll tell you right.
You deserve to fucking die if you do that. Thou shalt not fucking steal. Why? Fucking get that in your fucking head. So bullet in the fucking head for that shit.
I'm gonna tell you right now, right? Someone breaks into my house, dude. I got my fucking shotgun that's fucking, it's not a sawed off, but it's close because that's you legally buy, right? I can double a buck in that motherfucker. It's gonna hold somebody's body right there.
Yo, remember that song "Simple Man"? Not by Skinner, but by Charlie Daniels.
Yeah.
Now, I'm the kind of man that wouldn't harm a mouse, but if I catch somebody breaking in my house, there's a 12-gauge shotgun waiting on the other side. Boom, done.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like, why don't
I will
people
waste
get it yet?
anybody who tries to fucking get into my house like that.
Like,
don't break into.
I want to talk to these people and say, why do you think you can take what I bought, what I earned, with my money, with my job, with my stuff? Who the fuck are you to take it from me? You want to take it from me? I'm going to take your life.
It's all about how they was raised. That's what it boils down to.
Well, I'm sorry.
Dude, seriously,
they got what they fucking deserved. I'm sorry they died, but
if
they
one of my
shouldn't be
sons
stealing.
took part in a home invasion and got killed in the process, my thought wouldn't be, how can I fuck over the guy that killed him? My thought would be, I have completely fucking failed as a parent.
Yeah.
Then my first thought would be on me.
Yep.
And that's the difference between us and people like them.
Yeah, I'd be looking at myself and be like, what did I do wrong? What did I not teach?
What did I do wrong? Like, how did I fuck up so badly that one of my children thought it was okay to steal somebody else's shit at gunpoint?
Yeah, I mean, if that's the way people are thinking, there's going to be a lot more death because that's the wrong kind of fucking thinking.
And look at what race those kids was. And the parents, that's the bad.
You see crying mothers, but
fathers.
you never see an angry father. You know why? Because the father ain't fucking there.
Yeah. Because of the fucking government and the Civil Rights Act and fucking feminism and all the other fucking bullshit. I'm telling you guys, the nation is going to crumble if the men that are pissed off right now don't do anything to save the society. It's going to be mass hysteria.
I mean, if you look at the man that I am today, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not great by any stretch of the imagination, but if I were to take what I have as a man, my family, my job, my physical possessions, all the shit that I have, if I were to ask myself, what is responsible for all this? If I take it back far enough, it's because my father beat the shit out of me when I fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the problem is we kicked the father out.
That's it. It's all.
No, here's the problem. They took the authority of the man away, which is stupid.
Oh no, it's not stupid.
Give the authority to people that think emotionally. That's the smartest fucking thing you can do. You goddamn retards.
That was done on purpose, Rocky. That was done on purpose.
Yes, I know. And I'm calling these people fucking retards because they deserve to be called retards, and they deserve to get slapped by a baton in the face by me. Like, I want to hit them in the red zones with my batons and just beat the living shit out of them for thinking.
See, I never said baton. I've always said riding crop, but I think the effect is more or less the same.
Yes, I have one of those.
And I'm sure you do, Thumper. I'm sure you do.
Them, you did this, and you've made millions of people suffer for this. You people made millions of people suffer and live bad lives without fathers in their homes because you motherfuckers are selfish.
Well,
you want money, you want selfish, and you want to control the one fucking type of people that you can manipulate the most because they're always emotional.
Well, and being Thumper, we joked about, when we was traveling North Carolina, right? We're like, this will be the wrong car, the carjack.
It's always the wrong car to carjack when it's in mine.
Yeah, but you had two. But you didn't have just one of you. Now you had two of us. Motherfucker.
Man, as soon as I got out of the military, dude, I got as soon I was like, I'm leaving California and I'm getting myself some weapons.
I got a 357 snub that lives permanently in the center console of my fucking car.
No, I didn't even.
Woe
I
betide
didn't
the
even take it.
asshole who decides to get aggro on me for no reason.
I didn't even take it with me to North Carolina because I knew I was going to drink some beer on the road. I'm like, I don't need a weapon to register in my name.
Yeah, only commit one crime at a time.
That's right.
See, and I always, when I'm driving, I mean, it's on my hip always. I don't conceal carry.
Yep.
Unless I have to in the state. But it's always on my hip. And a lot of people, if they're going to carjack me, they're going to come up to my driver's side. They're not even going to see my fucking pistol. So if I have to get out, I have a seatbelt on. So guess where I got to reach? Right down there. And they're going to be really surprised when my seatbelt stays on and my pistol comes off.
like I have one on me at all times, right? I have one. I'm like, it's ready to go. It's like, please.
But you never carry your weapon, Rocky, if you're drinking. Never.
No, you don't.
No.
Because that's a Class D felony.
That's why I don't drink a whole lot, because I carry my gun all the time. I don't, like, if I know I'm not going to go anywhere and I'm going to stay home, I'll have a couple beers, right? But if I have to go out during the day or anything like that, or I got to run errands, got to be with my family, I got my gun on me. I got my gun. I've got like 100 bullets and a knife.
I had
really
one
to mess with that.
I've had 2 opportunities to shoot somebody since I've lived in this house, 17 and a half years. And I would have been justified both times. There was one time I had gone out to have a couple beers, so I left my gun at home. I was driving down the street and a car came down the street. It's a 4-lane, one-way street. And they came down the street next to me, and the passenger fucking pointed a pistol at me. And so I hit my brakes and I stayed behind them because it's harder to shoot behind you than it is in front of you. So I positioned myself perfectly to where it was harder for them to get to me.
The side,
and
so you could like.
And then, the cops pulled the car over, but the guy jumped out and ran before he got pulled over. Before the cops found him, and the gun wasn't in the car. But the guy that was driving it was told, because the officer knows me. He's like, dude, you picked the wrong guy to point a gun at, because if he would have had his gun, you both would have been dead in that car. He goes, you know he's an Iraq veteran, right? And like, he won't hesitate to pull a trigger. And they didn't realize that. So then the second time was out in front of my fucking house here. I had this fucking mentally ill dude walking me down as I'm backing up, and it's on camera. And my ex-wife ran in here and grabbed my pistol and brought it to me, and I actually unholstered it. She brought it out in the holster, and I had it down at my side, and I unholstered it and kept it down at my side. I didn't raise it, but he was really close to getting shot. And then I showed the officers the footage, and they're like, yeah, you could have killed him. You would have been justified. And I didn't do it either time. I mean, the one time I didn't have my pistol on me. If I would have had my pistol, those 2 dudes would have been dead in the car.
Yeah.
They would have been, and I wouldn't have hesitated.
I had almost an incident like that at the taco truck. Someone was trying to be like kind of rude, and I was like, are you fucking serious right now? I said, get the fuck out of here or I'm gonna fucking shoot your ass. Go. And never come back. I don't want to ever fucking see your goddamn fucking face again, because if I see your fucking face again, I'm gonna come after you. You don't fucking disrespect me. I'll make you pay. I'll take part of your body parts away from you. If you disrespect me and try to steal from me, I'm gonna make you fucking pay.
Well, I had somebody fucking, when I first built my first house back in 05, 06, fucking, I just moved into the motherfucker. It was a pole barn house, right? Out in the country. Most people, they couldn't see the front porch at nighttime. Could not see it. They thought it was just a shop. So when these black boys knock on my door about midnight, I'm like, I ain't expecting nobody. So what I do, I grab my 45 and I crack that door open. I said, now can I help you? They said, well, can we come in? We need to use your phone. And I just kind of just opened that door slightly so they could see the 45 in my hair. I said, I would suggest you get your fucking black asses out of here. I had some other choice words for them. Put that on. The next day, when they left, next day, sheriff knocked on my door. I said, because I knew the sheriff, and he goes, Jason, did you have these people knock on your door around this time? I said, yeah. I said, they left. They said, they were breaking into people's houses. We caught them down the road.
Good for
I
them.
said, okay. He said, I was surprised you didn't shoot them. I said, well, they didn't show a weapon. So technically, even though Missouri, technically I could have. But if you don't have a weapon, if I don't see a weapon, I'm not going to pull up my fucking gun. I said, now, I did show them gun in my head. I never pulled it at them. But I showed it to them and they left.
Yep. Don't nobody want to get shot no matter how dumb they are.
Yeah.
Like I don't go out and I don't have my stuff in my house so that I can defend it from people. Like, I don't want to have to do that. But if you force me to do that, you're forcing me to place your life as less worth than my stuff.
Yep.
And it's probably bad that it's like that. But if you want to steal and put your life on the line to take stuff from other people that they own, then you have to accept the risk of getting killed or hurt or injured or badly fucking maimed. Like, there's the people that are complaining about this, they need to fucking shut up. They need their fucking tongues cut out of them.
And you never break
You're no
into
longer allowed to talk because you don't know what right and wrong is. If you don't know what right and wrong is, your tongue is gone.
But you don't fucking ever break into a veteran's fucking house. Ever.
No, that's the fucking dumbest thing you can do because we're going to have fucking guns and weapons. And we always are in kind of a mood to destroy someone or something.
Well, wait a minute.
That's the thing they don't understand.
If you're going to break into somebody's house, break into mine, please. I'm just going to throw that out.
Make lots of noise, too.
No. You can be quiet. I don't want to hear you cry either. Like, that's not going to be good.
But
you never crying.
But also, besides weapons, though, like, I know Thumper and his dog will fucking bite somebody. My dog is very protective of me, So that's the first line of defense right there.
Anything she hears, she will bark at.
My dog is 87 pounds of pure fucking muscle.
And now
she is not
Zeus,
a normal Saint Bernard.
Yeah. See, like Zeus, he will fucking show teeth. If he does not like you, he will growl. He will show teeth.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like labs. They're very protective of their owners.
Yeah, Sonic used to be that way. He was half border collie, but you couldn't get within 50 feet of the house without him letting you know.
Yep.
And he had the border collie instinct where he had his perimeter and he would fucking walk it. Like, that dog wasn't letting anything get by him.
I was like Zeus. Every time it pisses me off late at night, right? He thought he sees a guy patrol the whole backyard. I'm like, motherfucker, just do your business. Get your ass in here. God damn it.
Yeah, and once a dog barks, once I get alerted to something and I discern that there's a problem, I have got a 9mm with 8 shots on my nightstand with a round in the chamber. That's going in the hands of the wife. Boom, immediately. And right next to it, leaning in the corner, is my semi-auto 12 gauge. And that is what I'm going fucking hunting with. So
Heidi and
you've already got 2 layers of protection right there. You got 9mm in the wife's hands. I've got a 12 gauge with a 7+1 capacity. So unless you're some kind of professional, you're fucked.
Yeah. I have a gun with me when I'm sleeping. My wife has her gun. I'm like, okay.
No, I've got 2 guns. I've got 2 guns in the bedroom ready to go. And the aforementioned snub in the car. Like, if you try to come after me at any point in my life, unless I'm physically at work, you're done.
I fucking had at my old house.
I've got a few ready to go.
I had at my old house. I had a gun in every fucking room stashed at my old house. I could easily get to, even in the bathroom.
Well, I'm thinking about getting a holster that I can put up under my coffee table. That way I got a pistol at the ready in case I'm just hanging in my living room and something happens.
I've got one. When I was in the bath. I've got one. I'll send you the link for it. It's magnetic, and you screw just 2 small screws to hold the magnetic strip, and then and then it will right to it. It's
Well,
perfect.
that'd be great for my Beretta because I mean I got a Beretta 92 FS 9mm with 18 round mags. Like
Yeah, those magnetic ones, they work good in the car too.
yeah.
You know, it's funny. It's funny because the other day I text Jay because Gilly, I sold a pistol and I was like, oh shit, I gotta let you go. I gotta find this pistol. I have that many guns. I don't remember where I put that one. And I forgot that I let my neighbor borrow it to carry. And I'm like freaking out. I'm like, fuck, where is this pistol at? Like, I've looked in all my other hiding spots. It's like not there. And then, I was like, fuck. Oh, yeah, I let him borrow it. So then I had to call him and he brought it over. But
Well, it's
yeah.
when I had my old house, I'd have fish fries, right? This is before I had kids, before I had River. You know, people, I left the 357 on the fucking countertop, on the seat, countertop right there for everybody to see. They said, why you got a gun in there? I said, just in case I'm taking the shit, someone tries to break in my house, I ain't getting off the shooter. Fuck that.
Well, there's a story about a year or two ago where a guy had an actual fucking shower gun and someone broke in and he used his shower gun and killed the fucking guy. And he was totally like, he didn't get arrested or nothing. Like he was justified, but like he was in the fucking shower and he had to gun a guy down.
Yeah.
I mean, you do. I mean, you stash a gun in every River. Now, if I got River right now, he's getting older. I'd probably get away with it because River never will fuck with gun.
You still got to be careful though.
I know, but he will not. I've taught him about gun safety. So, like me growing up, Dad had every gun in the house loaded. Growing up, we had access to it too. When they went home, we did. We never once shot one another. We probably should have a couple times, me and my brother, but we would just throw knives at each other. That's what we did.
I was going to say something about that. Like, it's like if you've ever watched the movie Pulp Fiction, you don't do what John Travolta's character does. Put the gun on the counter and then go take a shit. You take the fucking gun with you.
Do not do that.
You take it with you.
That's like,
it's no good if you don't have it with you.
That's like now, right? Since I got Zeus in the house, because my old labs that I had out in the country, they were outside dogs, right? 10 by 10 pins, each one of them had their own pin, right?
Really?
Well, now I got Zeus in the house, right? Guess where he's at every time I'm taking a shit? He's looking, since I got a split level house, right? He's laying down top stairs looking at that front door, making sure no one comes through that motherfucker when I'm taking a shit. Because dogs, you know how they look back at you, right? When you're washing them, taking a shit, you're their protector while they're doing it. That's the most vulnerable time. Guess what? Dogs know that too. So they protect you if they're inside the house.
Yep.
Dogs are awesome, man. I love dogs.
Dogs are the best.
Hell, a lot better than cats. Cats don't give a fuck about you.
Nope. I love cats, but they generally, they don't care about you.
Yeah. Well, they care about themselves.
Yeah, they're selfish creatures.
Cats are the women of the fucking animal world right there.
They are.
Correct.
Basically, that's it. They like to set boundaries on you, but they'll break all of yours.
Yes.
And that's where the problem is. It's like you break one of my boundaries, I'm breaking all yours, bitch. We can play that game, or you can go away.
Yep. Hey, I got a fucking here's a sticker that me and Pepper need to get on our fucking vehicles right here.
What?
Oh, do show. Fall means cuddles and cream pies.
Yes, I love it.
I mean, think about it. It has a pie, right? So most people ain't gonna catch that, right?
I absolutely need those. Fuck yes. I'll put one on my vehicle even.
I know what I'm saying. I would put one on this pie.
Well, I mean, she's had her tubes tied for 20 years, so for me, that's just every time.
Well, yeah.
Well, I've had the vasectomy, so.
So it's like a water pie?
Oh, man. I had that.
Oh, if I could see if one of us worked at a convenience store, right? I could see us doing this shit right here. Hold on.
Oh, is this the squirt gun guy? Yeah.
Just wait, Nick. It gets better. Just wait.
It's all fun and games, and then when fucking someone pulls a gun out and shoots them,
Boom. God, that's good.
squirting red.
It actually takes a lot to make me laugh these days, so that's pretty fucking good.
It's night time.
Okay, that's pretty fucking good.
I mean, I can see if one of us worked at a convenience store, one of us probably would try.
Awesome.
He got one of the guys right in the fucking mouth, too.
That's fucking unnerving right there.
That's why anytime I go to the convenience store, I'm looking behind the fucking thing before I open it up, just in case.
Beforehand?
Yeah. What the fuck? Oh. Y'all heard about Fetterman fucking falling down the stairs, right?
Yeah.
Check this shit out, right? Look at his ears on this one, right?
God damn.
Look at his ears now.
Pinned back.
Uh,
That's I don't think it's the same person.
I don't know.
I mean, because your ears don't normally pin back. If you got big ears like that, they don't normally get pinned back like that.
yeah, interesting.
And it's funny how all of a sudden that happened to him after he, voted to keep the government open, right? When against his own party.
15
Fell
times.
downstairs.
Well, that's how Democrats are, but
Yeah.
that's why they call them demon rats and democrats. Because it's a real thing.
Well, we'll see how he votes next time.
Yeah.
That'll be the fucking telltale.
I have no respect for gutless fucking pussies like that. Are you done?
It's okay. I'm sure she's heard you swear before.
No, it's my daughter. She doesn't like to be seen on the internet.
I could say something really, really rude. It would be really, really hilarious, but I'm not gonna because it's your daughter.
Oh, dude, believe me, daughters are not that fun right now.
Well, you're the one that fucking went too deep and blew the balls off of him. So,
yeah.
Because it's the man that's fucking decides the sex of the fucking baby, not the
I
women.
know.
That's
And
true.
it's funny when you watch those
Henry
podcasts,
VIII was
and you
all
tell-
fucking wrong.
and the women get told, you don't select the sex of the baby, the man does. They're
Yeah.
like, what? Yeah, you're just the baby building factory. We put the coin, we insert the coin in the can machine, and the can comes out 9 months later. It's our baby, not yours. It's ours. And that's where they don't understand. But, paternity tests should be met.
And I have 3 sons, which means that my sperm is the stuff of legends.
Yes.
Well, it's like my brother. His first 2 kids were boys, right? The last one was a daughter. I said, "You went too fucking deep. You blew the balls right off that girl. You're right off that baby." And my sister-in-law was like, "Jason, you quit being like that." I said, "No, it's the truth, right there." I said, "You blew the balls off."
Yeah.
I would not want to have a fucking daughter. Period.
Oh, fuck no.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. If I had one, I'd love her and
Well, yeah.
discipline her a little bit. But I look at no, just fucking.
But then you got to worry about, okay, when they get old enough, right? Okay, you're trying to keep the boys away from fucking them, right?
I don't want to
Yeah,
be
if you-
eternally vigilant.
But you have to
know?
realize something about your daughter. She's gonna like the guys that don't like her back and chase the fucking chads because she's stupid.
But the thing is, too, when you got boys, right? Okay, you ain't got to worry about them getting pregnant. You got to worry about who they're going to knock up.
Nowadays,
Correct.
it's really, you don't really have to worry about. Here's the problem: is guys will teach girls about how guys are. Girls will never teach guys about how bad women are.
No.
And you know what? Because women do that, they should be put on blast and never trusted for fucking anything until they can be honest and truthful. And since they can't do that because fucking impossible for them to do it, they should have no say in anything.
This ain't nothing new, brother. This ain't
I know,
nothing
but
new.
I'm just saying, like, it should be like, men should be like, okay, we're going to put our foot down. No more. We're not going to accept this crap anymore. We don't care.
Well, the men who do.
If you don't want to give us what we want, how about we put you 6 feet under?
The men who do put their foot down, right? Guess what? We're divorced, guaranteed.
Yeah, fine. And I'm not going to give that person anything.
I'm not.
No, but I'm saying that, like me, when I finally put my foot down with my wife, with her spinning, right? Guess what? She didn't get her way. She threw a tantrum. We got divorced. Plays it.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, if that's the way that they are right now, then no guy should ever even be serious with one.
Well, the thing is,
and what happens is, like, every guy needs to not ever take them serious until they come back and apologize. Say, you know what, we're sorry.
they need to.
And it's going to happen eventually. It's going to happen.
They need to realize too, especially young fucking men, right? Okay, and you don't want to break your heart. There's more women out there, more fish in the fucking sea, right?
Remember what she did and look for the stupid stuff she did in the next one. And if the next one does that, get rid of her fucking dumb ass. Get rid of the girls like that. They're not.
You just fucking believe them. That's what you do.
I wouldn't even do that because if they're that kind of girl, you know, they're the kind of lie and make up a false accusation.
Then go ahead, let them, Rocky. I've been accused of something I did not do, you know. But when the truth came out, I was not fucking convicted of anything.
Yeah, but the problem is they have the court of public opinion, and nothing ever happens to the person that lies. If they would actually do something,
it does.
If they would actually do something to the girls that do the false accusations and punish them severely for their lying, I think women would get the hint. You better stop lying because we no longer ever believe you ever.
It's called fucking karma. That's what it's called.
Well, yeah, that's coming. It's
called
coming.
karma.
It's coming now.
See, my ex-wife found out fucking after 6 months after our divorce, right? After she accused me of domestic violence, right? Same thing she did in reverse, right?
Organic news too.
6 months after she got married, right after our divorce, right? Guess what? She didn't make it married 2 years to that motherfucker, and he fucking left her ass, divorced her ass, because she accused him of the same fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember meeting girls that always had, like, their boyfriend was a terrible person and everything, and I'm like,
yep.
I used to believe women.
I did too.
And then I went to then I joined the Navy, and I saw how girls acted when I went to this is when I started seeing girls really being stupid and bad. At Sugi, Japan, after I left Seal Beach, I went to.
We need to watch an episode or two tonight.
Girls there. Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
Because there's
terrible.
Some big stuff that I want you to
see. Bahrain had its share of terrible. Then you go back to Seal Beach. There was girls there, terrible. Yeah. You go to Washington. I had one that I had a person say, I need you to stop doing this shit. Stop being this way.
But I will say, though, Pepper's probably got the best lifestyle at all. He just fucked multiple women. Don't even give a fuck.
You know? I do.
I mean, yeah.
It's up front. I tell them, this is what it is. If you don't like it,
and like back in the day, right? Before I got married, I did tell women, right? Okay, you're just a fuck. That's it. All we're gonna do is fuck. You go drink beer and fuck. That's it, right?
What's the point of being exclusive now?
But some of those women, right? Some of those women, the ones I told that was on board with just fucking, right, drinking. Guess what? They wanted to get married. I'm like, no, I ain't married your ass. No.
You know what? Here's the thing. The stipulation is, though, if you do get married, nothing changes. You still fuck other people. That's my thing, because I'm not going to be exclusive. The only benefit, there is a benefit to getting married. It's more benefits. It's
Taxes.
Well, I don't even care about taxes, but
I know, but back when you was working, you did.
Right. And it's another income into the house. She can take trips with me, space A, without having to pay for flights.
Yep.
She can go to the commissary and get our groceries for us. That kind of shit. It's like the little things that make a huge difference. Plus, I get an extra, $150 a month on my disability because of her. That makes a difference. So, there are some benefits to it. And my thing is I go off of I'm going off of what the VA has assigned her worth, basically. Like $150 a month, that's her worth to me. $150. That's what you're worth to me, because in all honesty, unless she's another veteran making what I'm making, I don't give a fuck.
It's funny to say why even be exclusive anymore? Because if every guy just said, you know what, we're not going to have a relationship, we're just going to do it, the girls are going to get mad. They're going to get mad. And they're going to get mad at all the men, but the men are going to be like, well, you slept with 50 guys. Why would I marry you?
Well, and girls still get mad at guys, right? When say the guy gets stood up, right? And you don't text her back, right? Sometimes the girls are like, well, how come you didn't text back? Well, bitch, you didn't show up. Why the fuck would I text you?
I'd be like, you disrespected me from the get-go and stood me up, dumb bitch.
I mean, my thing is why be exclusive when there is no guarantee that she's going to stay with me? Why would I take myself out of the market and focus all of my attention into somebody if that's how they're going to fucking treat me? I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore.
That's like I had one girl I was talking to, she was cool with my disability and all that bullshit, right? She was, I can drive to you. She goes, well, sex is off the table for a little bit. I said, why put a fucking label on it? I said, you got to let sex happen naturally. If it happens on the first time, it happens on the first time. Or if not, plain simple.
My thing is sex is a test drive.
Yeah. That's one thing I did tell my
if you get the test drive right after you meet the girl, it's probably not good to drive that ever again.
I told my ex-stepson, right? I told him because he was 18 when I got married his bug out with his mom, right?
Yeah.
He was already 18. I said, boy, if there ain't a ring on that finger, that means they're fair fucking game. I said, you always test drive before you buy. Always.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what he did, right? He took my advice, and this girl that fucking had liked him in high school, right? Called him up, and she was with the guy, right? They wasn't married, and he fucked her up in Dallas parking lot in my old truck that I sold him, right? And it was just a bench seat, right? He's like, how I found this out, I was doing laundry. I was like, the fuck? I said, this ain't my wife's pants. I was like, Dakota, what the fuck are these pants? I said, boy, you're going to get me in trouble. Your mom's going to see these thinking I fucking did something. He said, no, he said, Dad, I took your advice. I said, what'd you do? He said, I fucked this girl that had a boyfriend at McDonald's parking lot. I said, okay. He said, but she spilled her fucking milkshake, and I didn't want her to get in trouble by him. I said, that's her problem, not yours, right there. I said, don't bring another girl's fucking laundry home for me or your mom to fucking do ever again.
Right?
And his mom found out. She goes, you can't do that. I said, why? I said, it's fucking, that's the truth. I said, if there ain't a ring on that fucking finger, that means they ain't fucking, they ain't bought. Plain simple.
And see, I'll test drive because it's going to be non-exclusive. It doesn't matter.
Remember when we talked to David on Friday?
Huh?
He told me something after we finished the podcast. He started talking about women in his age bracket, and he's like, he's 23, and he's like, for my age now, the way that the women are, they've lost so much value to guys that guys don't even want to.
He needs a space.
He even told me he had a guy he had a friend that was in high school, right? And this was like 2020,
Mhm.
2021, 2019, right before everything went woke. He said this guy could get a girl to give him head at a football game under the bleachers, right?
Yeah.
In the stadium. He
But
said
not
this,
the good-
he talked to this guy just that morning before we podcasted, or he was out there talking. And he said, I asked the guy, hey, how many girls have you done this week? And he's like, dude, I haven't touched women since the woke thing.
You need to see he needs to come out here, either me or Thumper, right? You don't no fuck the girls that's his age, right? Go out there a little bit older ones. Fuck it. The older ones always want to fuck. Always do.
Yeah, because they know they're not. That's the only way they're gonna try to draw a guy in that way.
So then he needs to start. He needs to get away from his fucking. If he's just gonna have fun, he needs to get the fuck away from girls his own age. Go a little bit older. Fuck it.
Well, I mean, like what he's saying though is like I've noticed it. I've noticed it with other guys. Like they're just like these girls are like because of the stuff they've seen and experienced in their short lives. They're like these women that they're worthless to us. We don't even want them as girlfriends because we know what they do behind our backs.
Yeah, but he don't have no fucking. Yeah, his little short life. That ain't no experience to judge him.
What he's saying is the experiences he saw how girls act on the internet, what they laugh about when they cheat and all that other stuff. And he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna value these girls as anything valuable. They're not wives. They're
Rocky,
not girlfriends. They're not nothing but a fucking hole.
Rocky, that's nothing to do. Women have been doing that for fucking generations.
I know, but what I'm saying now is, yes, men didn't act like this back then. We didn't talk like this back then.
And men are
we
not
started
fucking
talking like this around the time that COVID started because everyone was stuck in their house. So everyone started doing red pill videos, and that's how it went out. And now
then
they do that shit, and they talk about it, and it hit the mainstream. And now the fucking the cat's out of the bag. The guys are like, we're not going to put up with this anymore. If you want us back, you're going to apologize and submit unto men.
But Rocky, men do the same thing what women do too.
Yes,
they do. Not all men,
those guys,
but some men do
taken
too.
care of too. They need to be taken care of too, the same way.
So,
like if you're
what
going to
Rocky's
fucking
got
ruin
going on
society
is
by
what they
spreading your
call-
seed, either if you spread your seed, you're responsible for every kid.
See, what Rocky's
You
got
have to
going
pay
on
for
right
it.
now is called the red pill rage.
Yeah,
It's
like
when
that's like he said.
it's
he
when
said,
you
like-
finally fucking take the red pill and you see the truth about everything. It hits you all at once,
Mhm.
and the collective experience of the various layers of it just pisses you the fuck off, no matter which way you turn.
The fucking
But
anger.
technically, the people that should be having the red pill rage are Gilly and I, not you.
Exactly. Not the married motherfuckers been married for 20 fucking years.
I know.
You know what? The women were doing this shit to us, like when I was dating, right? After I got a Navy, right? You know, they did it to me. Okay. fine.
You would think that Rocky, you went on a bad date last night.
No, like it's just here's why I harp on this, because my daughter starts to act like that. And I tell her real quick, I say, you better not talk. You talk to me like that, I'm gonna have your ass. I said, if you talk to another guy like that out here with all these guys that don't like women anymore, they're gonna slap the fucking shit out of you. And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna apologize because you disrespected them.
Well, guys still like
think you
women,
can
Rocky.
talk to
Come on
people
now.
like that and get away with it. That shit is over now. I'm sorry, that shit's over. It's
But-
over.
Yeah,
It's over. If they expect to be treated like ladies, either they're equal to us as men, or they're not. They're not
Rocky.
equal, and they don't have as much authority as us. They don't think like us. They don't foresee the future like us. They don't plan for anything because everything's fucking in front of their face. They should shut up.
But the thing
I
is,
don't care
Rocky,
if anyone gets mad.
You
Yeah,
know,
but you're
here's-
gonna give yourself a heart attack, Rocky.
yeah, you're going to. But Rocky,
You're so stressed
back in the
out.
day, right? Okay. Women that ghosted me, right? Back in the day, right? You know, or just used me for something. Guess what I did at the next one? I did the same. I gave it back to him. I did.
I know
Shit.
that's the problem.
Look
the
at
problem is
the
cycle
bullshit that I
continues.
went through. Look at
Yeah.
the bullshit I went through dating, just getting out there now, and I laugh about it. I don't
Well,
even get mad
I-
anymore. It's
So
a
it's like
fucking joke.
just like yesterday, right? I was supposed to meet this girl that lives here in town, right? At the park, right? Have lunch. I even cooked for her, right? Yep. Even cook. You know, picnics in the park, right? Because that's one of the best fucking first dates. Picnic in the park, right?
It's a hell of a flex, man. If you can cook on the first
Yeah.
date,
And you know what? guess what? I text her good morning, didn't hear from her. Okay, fine, she's busy, right? No problem, right? I got there about 12:40, right? Because he's supposed to be at 1300, 1 o'clock for civilian time, right? I text her at 12:40, said, hey, I'm at shelter number 5, right? So I waited there, sat there, watched, had a perfect view of the fucking river, right? Missouri River, going. Next time, it was 1 o'clock. I'm like, I'll give her a few more minutes, right? Because sometimes people were late. They did. Yep. 5-10 minutes later, I'm like, fuck this. I'm going home. Right? And I did too. But you don't hear beat. You don't hear beat
you an apology, Gilly.
Huh?
I owe you an apology.
Why?
Because yesterday when you told me about that,
yeah,
and I was like, I won't cook for a woman first time I met her, blah blah blah. Remember that?
Yeah.
I did that shit to the one that fucking got wasted drunk at my house the first time I met her. And she passed out. So I owe you an apology because I did cook for her.
But I mean, it don't matter. But
I can admit when I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I just remembered that.
But
I
you're right.
that shit out. I fucking blocked that date
but
out.
Thumper, you're right though. Fucking, you and I should be the one having the red pill rage.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But we don't.
Look at the stupid shit I've gone through in the short amount of time I've been single.
But I mean, I've been doing this ever since I got out of the Navy too. So, I'm like, oh, it is what it is, right? Because there's always another one down the line. Always will be.
Yeah.
Just like if I really want to get laid, I just go to the bar because I don't pick me up a barfly, no problem. Right there.
I don't know. I don't even stress over this shit anymore because it's like, what's the fucking point? Why give myself a heart attack over some shit, some stupid bitch,
And like kids that's Andrew's age, right? In their early 20s, right? Their 20s and all that bullshit, right? They don't need to stress over. There's more fish in the fucking sea. Go find one. They'll find one eventually.
I know.
But you got to weed through the bad ones.
Women
have to weed through them.
I keep on telling him, I'm like, dude, you're 26. Your prime as a man, as a male, starts when you're 35 and it can last until you're like 65, 70.
No, that's not really true. Look at Al Pacino, right? In his fucking 80s. Got his girlfriend pregnant again.
Well,
Come on,
saying, like he's an outlier, though. He's definitely a different fucking story. Okay.
I'm saying the prime is where you like how Hugh Jackman looked in the fucking Deadpool and Wolverine movie. You can still do that as a man. But a woman's prime, especially for like pregnancy and childbearing, it's from 16 to like 24. That's the best years, right? Really.
Pretty much.
You can have babies after that, but it becomes kind of like bad and geriatric. And then
that's after when they're 40s when it comes geriatric.
I think it's when they hit 35, it becomes
35 is geriatric.
35?
Yeah, 35. Medically speaking, 35 is geriatric.
So at that point, that's the wall they hit. They hit a wall. The wall is they can no longer have kids, or it's dangerous for them to have it. So what they do is they think they can wait that long to get a guy. They wait that long to get a guy.
Ooh, let them.
No, absolutely not. Because what were they doing from 35 to 18?
Did you let them? Let them suffer their own misery. That's why.
The thing
is where I have an issue, and I'm not attacking you, Rocky. Here's the thing. You said your daughter has these views, right? And you told her, don't fucking do that, blah 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 blah, right?
Yeah,
hold on. Here's the thing.
Point where I'm gonna choke the shit out of them.
Listen, Rocky.
Hold on. You and your wife raised her, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she has been raised with your views and your wife's views, and she still has those views that she has,
because
and the way
she acts.
Because
of junior high school.
Because of school, right? Now, here's the thing. There has to come a point where you have to fucking let go, and you have to let her do her own thing, and her future is in her hands with how she acts and how she treats people. And you have to stop taking that burden on you, because you're going to give yourself a heart attack, and she's still going to do what she's doing. Period.
Or she,
right?
Yep. Or Rocky, let me say one thing. Or you might push her away too.
Yeah, I know. I know. And I'm trying not to do that, but it's like, you know what? You go to female counselors that are fucking goddamn feminists. And I told the counselor, I said, if you start doing feminism crap, I'm taking her out. if you do feminism because you think you're fucking right, you dumb bitch, I'm gonna slap your fucking head off.
There's
Rocky,
the thing,
You
though.
dumb, disrespectful bitches.
See, look how pissed off you get.
Yeah,
and
it pisses me off
and
because I always had to give in to see stupid fucking people like that in the Navy. I had to keep my mouth
you
shut.
do realize you're
Sometimes.
giving into her by getting that upset, right?
No, I want what I want to
You
do.
are.
I want to. Yeah.
Rocky,
And
Rocky.
the point
You
is,
are.
here's the point. I am.
You're giving
I
your
am
power
throwing
over to her because she's making you feel a certain way with the way she's handling
it's creating
situations.
all it's creating in me is hatred and resentment.
Rocky.
And guess
Rocky.
what?
Why?
Guess what? Once I have that on you, it doesn't matter if you're my blood or not.
Rocky.
You've betrayed me. You turned your back on me after I took care of you all these years. You're dead to me.
Rocky.
That's that. No. There's nothing after that. There's
Okay.
nothing to be said after that.
Ro-
Once you're
Rocky,
dead to me, you're
no.
dead to me. Get
Listen,
the fuck out of my
listen,
life.
guy-
I will
listen,
never
Rocky.
talk to you again. I will
Listen,
be-
Rocky. Growing up, I know my parents let me make my own mistakes. Yours did too, right?
Mhm.
Did they let your sister make her own mistakes too?
No, well, kind of, but they always covered her.
But you gotta let your daughter, you gotta let all your kids make their own mistakes in
I
life.
know. And I've told them this. Like, I
You
get
got
mad
to.
and I get passionate because it hurts me because I'm trying to show love to these children and they act like idiots.
But
And
you know what, Rock? Let me tell
and
you.
you know
something.
what?
Back-
It makes it so you know what? I'm their father, but I'm slowly disconnecting. I'm disconnecting that love that was there because they don't know how to act right. And it's going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to treat you like you're in the Navy with me now. We can do that.
Well,
You
the
will
thing
do what I
is
say when I say jump, you will say how high. And when you turn 18, you can leave. And if you don't want to come back, that's fine.
the thing is you have given her all the tools right now as how old she is. She has had all the tools she needs to make good decisions in her life. There's nothing that you're going to teach her now, okay, that is going to change her.
It's
not.
It's the goddamn music.
It's not just music. It's not just music. It's school, it's friends, it's other parents. You are up against everything socially, and it's not going to work. I mean, take my son, for example, right? He has different views than other people, and his views are different, and he's not way off to the left or anything as far as that goes. And I look at other people his age, including my ex-wife's daughters, who were the exact same as your daughter, if not worse.
Just bad
And
attitudes,
horrible.
miserable all the fucking time for no goddamn
Horrible.
reason. Just like,
And they would weigh in on political stuff they don't even know the answers to. They because they heard it, that's their stance. And it's like, no, that's not how this works. Go educate yourself first, then come talk to me, and then we'll argue. But I wouldn't let it affect me to where I got so angry, because you got to remember, we're getting older. Anger is one of the best ways to fucking kill yourself. I'm
attack or
serious.
stroke.
With your health, anger and stress is one of the best ways to get yourself gone. And dude, I mean, was I pissed off during this divorce? Yeah, but you know what? I wasn't fucking depressed. Not like I was in my first divorce and my second divorce. This one was fucking... It's like, yeah, I was stressed out over money because I didn't know if I was going to get to keep my house. But I kept the mindset of, why the fuck am I going to stress out over something and be upset and risk my fucking health? You know?
I think that my problem is I think that I love too much and I want to protect. But the problem is I know how she thinks. And it's not good right now.
Well,
again,
and
Let
it's
her
like, you know what? It's going to be like, you make a mistake, you're going to live with it, and I'm not paying a fucking dime.
Well, Rocky, just let her.
Should I tell you a story about me that directly impacts on this conversation?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Back in the day, all right. Me and Charlene met, we dated, we got married, and after 2 months, she got cold feet and took off for a little bit, right? We had our first 18 months was a bit tumultuous, right? And during that period after she left, you wouldn't have known to look at me, right? But I dove headfirst into drinking, drugging, and partying. Okay, I got an apartment with some fucking seedy ass people. I drugged my ass off. I drank my ass off, and my car insurance was getting paid for by my parents because if I was to pay it myself, it would be too fucking much money because I bought too new a car, too young in life, right? And so they said, okay, well, we'll do the insurance thing. You just pay us, right? I stopped doing that entirely. I stopped paying my parents. I got into partying and all sorts of shit. I came home for Christmas one year at I'm 6 feet tall. I came home at 155 pounds. I had lost 20 pounds, 20 whole fucking pounds.
Really?
Due to partying and drinking and drugging. When I went home for a week on leave, I was 170 when I left. I gained 15 pounds just from my mother's cooking and how depleted I'd been, right? And I was on a fucking express train to fucking Disasterville. And my dad was pissed at me because I wasn't paying my bill to them. He told me basically at one point, you know, if you're not going to pay your bill, just don't come home. You know, just don't come around until you're ready to fucking actually pay what you owe and be a man.
Nope.
And my mom told me later that she almost flew out to Seattle to where I was to whoop my ass personally.
Yeah.
Like she was fucking angry. My dad was fucking angry. And I was living a lifestyle that was not fucking good. You know, and I was in a really bad way there. I was in a really bad way there for a little while, probably about 8 months. It was only 8 months, but
Was that on the 5?
What got?
Or after the
I
5?
was on the 5.
All the 5? Okay.
Yeah, no, I hit it well, but I was in a really bad way for almost a year to the point where my parents were ready to just fucking disown me.
What got you out of it?
That's a story for later. Let me finish up this a little bit first.
Because I thought you were going to go on to that.
No, but what happened was, you know, she told me that, you know, after the fact, and I said, Mom, it's a good thing you didn't come out because there's nothing you could have done. Yeah. The fact is, I was so deep into where I was that you would have caused me a temporary bit of shame. There would have been an argument. You would have wasted your time. You would have wasted your money because the second you left, I would have just gone right back to it, but maybe twice as hard.
Yep.
So the whole point is that when you have a child who is wayward in that way, there isn't a whole lot you can actually do. Now, per Gilly's question, I was sitting in my room having a cigarette and reading a book. I was reading The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. And I was looking at my fucking mattress, which didn't have any sheets on it. It was all stained. It was like seriously a fucking drug addict room. And everything was shitty and messy and horrible. And I'm sitting there on the floor and I'm listening to a CD my mother had burned for me back when you could burn, back when you burn CDs. And it was Sleeper's Wake, which was a piece by Bach, and it was done completely on organ, right? And I'm sitting there listening to Bach, having a cigarette, reading my book on the floor of my fucking flop house apartment fucking bedroom. And all of a sudden I got this thought in my head, like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, what is all this shit? I'm better than this. Like, why the fuck am I even here? Why am I because I was the only person in the apartment that had a fucking job. It's like, why am I supporting these people? Why am I doing this? Why am I drugged out and drinking and risking my career and just doing all it? Why? It doesn't matter that my wife left me. It does that shit. I mean, obviously we got back together. It's been a great fucking 25 years since, but like, it just clicked to me that all this shit is fucking immaterial. You know, I can't keep doing this.
That's the problem.
I have inherent value, but sometimes, dude, you have to hit rock bottom before you realize you have an inherent value and that you're not going to tolerate this shit anymore.
I know.
And you're just not going to do this anymore.
That's the
if
problem.
If my mother would have shown up, that would have made the whole situation worse.
Worse.
Yeah.
And Rocky.
It happened much more quickly because she didn't intervene.
Yeah.
Because
Rocky.
if she had intervened, she would have provided me something of a a slow descent instead of a descent that makes you hit hard enough to get your fucking head into place.
Yep.
The thing
Rocky.
is, it's like there's no like logical reason for the way they act sometimes.
Oh,
But
you're
Rocky-
trying to apply. Oh, Rocky, you're trying to apply logic to the mind of a teenager.
Yeah.
And don't. I'm not done yet. You're also trying to apply logic to the brain of a female. You're trying to apply logic to the brain of a female
I know,
teenager.
it's like impossible.
But
It's like
Rocky-
a triple contradiction.
It's
But
like,
Rocky-
you might as well just fucking go in a plane and fucking go to a balloon to the
Yeah,
moon.
but Rocky,
It's
you know,
so stupid.
you,
You know, I'm
you're,
going to start smoking crack now because of this conversation.
but I know Rocky, you want to be there for your kids and protect them, right?
I do.
Yeah, I
I
wanna-
do.
But like Nick just said, you gotta let them fall, Rocky, and then you be there to help them pick the pieces back up.
Problem is when these kids fall, they think about offing themselves.
Well,
Not always.
not always.
Look, it took
Remember
a
what I
stroke
told
to get.
remember what I told you about my son when I had surgery? He said, "If you don't live, I'm killing myself."
That right there, Rocky.
That's a manipulation tactic.
Yes,
Well, like,
that's
nothing I
yes.
can do about
Because
it.
Rocky, I've known people that off themselves, right? Suicide. They didn't tell fucking nobody, Rocky.
Yeah.
I can tell you as a medical professional, the ones that fucking say it are asking for help. They're not going to actually do it. The ones that
Yes.
actually do it are the ones that are quiet, and you always hear people go, "I would have never guessed that they were going to do that."
And Andrew's trying to manipulate you because you was not there, you know, long to use in the Navy, right? He's out saying all that bullshit, right?
No, he
He's-
acts that way because that's the way he acted until he met me, and then I
Rocky,
scooped it out
Rocky,
of the fucking-
he's asking for your attention. That's what he's doing. He's begging for your attention. He said that to get your attention. He ain't gonna kill himself, guaranteed.
It's just like saying, "Oh, if we break up, I'm going to kill myself." Shut the fuck up. You aren't
Yeah.
going to fucking do it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Here's the thing.
The thing
Here,
is,
let's put this into like logical stuff here. So Fetterman, right? He was a leftist until he had a fucking stroke. It takes some serious shit to change people's thinking, not just talking to them. You know, and if that's how she feels, then she's gonna have to fucking feel that way until it's too late. You know,
And I can
She's gonna
speak
have
for
to
a
learn
matter of
from it.
fact, right? My ex stepson, right, who was bipolar, right? Before I met him, right, he tried to hang himself, and he didn't say a word to nobody, right? Somebody found him before he fucking strangled himself. You know, then when I was married to my wife, you know, after he fucking moved back down the lake with his dad, Lake to Ozarks with his dad, guess what? He called his mom, "I'm going to shoot myself." He was begging for help. That's what he was doing. And I told her that. She was, no, I said, no, he's manipulating you to fucking get his goddamn way.
Yep, my
I said, if he was going to shoot himself, he would have fucking done it without a fucking call. You would have got a call from the goddamn sheriff.
Yep.
Rocky.
My ex
Absolutely
stepdaughter,
correct.
she didn't say shit to anybody. She tried to off herself by taking pills, but then when she was told she was going to have to move back in here because she didn't like our fucking rule, that's when she threatened to kill herself.
Yep.
Rocky,
Like,
you
get real.
can't, Rocky,
You
what we're
tried to
getting
off
at, this
yourself
is
at your
Rocky.
dad's house.
This is one of the reasons why we started this channel, right? To help each other through things, brother. Okay.
yeah, I know.
You know, we're trying to give you the best advice we can based on our experiences, okay? Just like you do us, right?
Mhm.
But you gotta let the kids make their own mistakes. You can't protect them from fucking suicide or anything. If they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it. Plain and simple.
The thing is I don't want them to end up in hell.
No parent wants that to happen. No parent does.
Like that is my greatest fear right now because of
Rocky,
stupid fucking satanic music.
Yeah.
you know
Make
damn
that-
well
like,
how
it's all,
this works.
It's all about mental sickness. It's like, can't you fucking like? I noticed something about the fucking artists of nowadays. All they talk about is dying.
Well, you can't talk about fucking satanic music when we all listen to Zombie and everything. Come on.
like what I'm getting at is like I re-listened to a few songs, right? And I'm like, fuck, dude, the song Redecorate in from 21 Pilots, that's the person saying, should I redecorate or clean the place up before I kill myself?
Okay,
It's
Rocky.
like that's what the song's about. It's like, fuck, dude.
Rocky, listen to me, okay?
And they're listening to that shit.
You know all this stuff the same way that I do, okay? What does it say in the Bible? Okay, no one chooses God, not one. God has to choose them. God has to tap them on the shoulder and make himself known to them.
Well, here's the issue. It's like,
are we in agreement though that God chooses who he will?
Yeah, he will.
That is not in your control.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not even a fucking little bit, dude.
But he also gives you the chance to choose him.
Yes, he does. Okay.
You know? And
but the thing is,
choose him for her.
It's like what
and
happened.
You can feel sorrow about the way things are going with one of your kids based on the world they grew up in. Dude, believe me, I've got my own struggles in that respect. I get that.
But your kids are older, right?
But you can't hang that weight around your own fucking neck, because if you raise them correctly and things go awry, there's nothing you can do, man.
Yeah. My parents said
at this point, you're drinking poison and hoping somebody else will die.
My parents said the same thing to me, right?
Don't
what
fucking
they just
do it,
said
man.
to you, right? It's up to them. Break it or make it, right? Plain simple, Rocky. You gotta let that do. I try to get Cav on here tonight, right? Because all his kids, right, are out of school, one's in college, right, to be a fucking nurse practitioner, right?
Yeah.
You know, Cav's got 3 fucking daughters, right? And a boy, right? All different, right, Rocky? I wish Cav was on here tonight. He'd tell you the same fucking thing, too. You gotta let them make their own fucking mistakes. Got to. You can't control everything, brother. You can't. I know you want to.
I know that. It's just it's the stupidity.
Yeah.
But Rocky, if you keep,
it's the I'm not going to budge on this.
Yeah. Well, it's like Rocky. I'm afraid, Rocky, that one of these days, right? If you keep going the way you do, especially with Care Bear, right? You're gonna lose it, Rocky. And I know that would break your heart right there. I know it would.
It'll break my heart, but you know what? If she wants to choose to do stupid shit, there's a point where I'm like, I'm trying, but there's a point where I'm just gonna let go, and I'm gonna be like, God, she's sorry, I can't do anything with this stupid.
You know, because I'm getting ready to come into that.
Where I'm just like,
because I'm getting ready to come into that teenage years with River, right? I'm getting ready to. I mean, with him, with his ADHD and ODD, right? Oh, it's been a battle. But I'm like, you know what? When he gets old enough, you know what? Every choice he makes, that's on him. Just like I told him at school, right? You fight, that's on you. If you fight for the wrong reasons, that's on you. Don't come crying to me if you get suspended. Plain simple. Do not. That's all you. You chose to fight. You chose to throw the first fucking punch. When I've told him, you never throw the first punch. You let them throw the first punch. Then you have every right to defend yourself, Rocky.
Then
Same
you kick
fucking
the
thing.
shit out of them.
Yes. And he does that too. And he's been good this year. But Rocky,
can I send you a pipe and a jar of like premium tobacco for your enjoyment and relaxation?
you don't have to inhale it. That's the thing with pipes.
Oh,
You
I don't inhale.
Yeah.
Sure. Like,
Rocky,
I'm glad we're talking about this.
Yes, but Rocky,
I wasn't being a smartass. That actually came from a place of love. It calms me right down.
I'm glad because, like, my perspective is like, she asked Jesus into her heart and all that stuff, and then everything was fine, and then now it's like this.
Rocky.
So wait. What
Rocky,
you're telling
I
me
asked
is
Jesus into my heart when I was 13 years old.
I know.
So what
my
you're telling me
bender
is
happened when I was 21.
Huh?
Right. Hold on. Let Mick finish. Let Mick finish.
Nah, me and Thumper started talking at the same time. I kind of feel like an asshole because I kind of cut him
No. God damn it. You start talking first, and Thumper fucking.
Whatever.
That's why I said Thumper break.
But the whole point is, Rocky, based on what you said, Rocky, okay, I asked you, I've been saved since I was 13 years old, okay? It takes a while to, like, start living up to that sometimes. Not always, but sometimes, right? I didn't have my fucking destructive bender that I just talked about until I was like 21. Just because your kid asked Jesus into her heart and then now she's on a wayward track, it doesn't mean she's always going to live on a wayward track.
I know. It's just it's like the music did it. It's like I listen to Metallica and I'm not like that. It's like listen to fucking more
Dude,
hard.
I listen to fucking Cannibal Corpse. I mean, look at my shirt.
We listen to fucking hard.
This is a death metal band.
not the sissy la la shit that they listen to now. And it's like
Rocky, You can't control the music they listen to. Our parents thought our music was fucking stupid.
I know, but you know, the
Well,
difference
the
is
sissy
like,
la la stuff is way more destructive than the hard stuff we listen to because
I
the
know
hard
that's what I'm
stuff
saying.
that we
And
listen
our
to
parents-
was real.
Yeah,
And our parents, they went into the Beatles, right? The Who and all that shit. Like when
Oh,
Def Leppard Metallica came out, right? They're like, these motherfuckers suck. They thought we were stupid for listening to them. Come on now. Bloodhound Gang, come on now.
oh man,
I'm gonna say it. The Beatles sucked.
I hate the Beatles just for one song only because Yellow Submarine, because Dad would torture us on that motherfucker every time in the
Dude, I
car.
grew up loving the Beatles, so I love the Beatles. Like, you know, some of my favorite songs are like Blackbird.
I mean,
That's
they
fine.
do.
Fine.
Beatles do have some good songs. I will give them that. The Yellow Submarine, that made me hate the motherfuckers.
you
But
know,
then you listen to the Rolling
funniest thing-
Stones. You know, you've got Paint It Black. You've got Under My Thumb. You know, you've got
As
all these
tears
fucking.
go by. Yeah, I mean, you should play with fire. You play.
Give
with
Me Shelter. Come
The
on.
only-
Give Me
yeah,
Shelter is
the
like
only
one of the
artist-
greatest fucking Mischief songs of all time.
The only artist my dad liked that I liked was Aerosmith because he was listening to him back in the 70s.
Oh, bro.
dad
I've been
liked-
an
my
Aerosmith
dad liked
fan since I was
Social
like
I know,
9 years old.
But like Metallica,
My
right?
first
But I didn't like Metallica, right? He did not. Even though he was a rock fan, but he didn't like it.
Well, that was thrash. That was a completely different animal.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah,
my
man.
dad did like Social Distortion.
Dude, Social
Okay.
D, I've seen them twice. They're one of my
Okay.
absolute favorite bands of all
Yeah.
fucking time.
Yeah, like
Like
when
that-
White
oh.
Trash, White Heat, White Trash.
White Light, White Heat, White Trash, dude. That album got me through the period of time that I was just talking about.
Yeah, dude, that's a good album. That's like
Like I came out of the other side of that a decent human being, partially because that album fucking spoke to me.
That was
Like that song, Dear, like the first song on the album, Dear Lover.
Yeah,
Dude, it fucking broke my heart and made me cry every time I fucking heard it, but it helped.
you know what?
But
song-
Rocky, I will
love
tell you
the
this
Crown of
though.
Thorns. I like the Crown of Thorns song off of that one.
Yeah.
But
That's a
Rocky,
good song. Too. Yeah.
I will tell you this though. You remember that night, Care Bear, all the kids came out to the cabin, right? We cooked dinner, right? So that was the first time she had saw the real you. Rocky. Not
Yeah, the
no,
real-
you
the
being
real
around
Rolling
us, right?
Stone.
Your brothers, right? Drinking, having a good time, Rocky. Not always like strict and rigid, right? I guarantee that was one of the first times she saw you just relax, Rocky.
Dude, the only two kids that have actually seen me like what I was like, kind of, are her and Matt when you guys are hanging out. My
Well-
oldest, Nate, he's never seen it.
They did see it, and Andrew saw it too. Fucking 4th of
Oh,
July.
Sunday, right? The 4th of July. Yeah.
4th of July. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
But remember when I was talking to Care Bear, right? You
I
know,
don't remember.
don't give your dad, you know, a hard time because he does love you. I told her that too. I say he's trying to be the best for you, but he's not perfect either. Just like you're not perfect. I did tell her that, Rocky.
Well, I appreciate that.
Who
You know-
the fuck is? I mean, really, come on.
But-
No,
I mean,
no, it is, Rocky.
things-
You just
things-
got to loosen up a little bit with them.
Well, I mean,
okay?
things have changed since I've been doing what I've been doing. Like, you know, I clean the house and all that stuff because this is the first time in my life I've had time to stop and look
Yeah.
around. Like my life was so, you know, Navy, married, Navy, then taco truck. And now it's like, stay at home, relax, right? Relax for the first time in my life. I've actually got
Like
to relax.
fucking the
Now
end
I'm
of
stuck
Rambo, man.
down.
You don't just turn it off.
I know.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah. You can't go balls to the wall for fucking 25 years and then just fucking stop the inertia.
Yeah.
It keeps you going, even though there's nothing to keep going with. Yeah.
It's so weird because now I have all this time to stop and look around and notice things, and it's like I'm noticing things and things are getting better in the house. It just there's another thing, like I'm reading this book right now.
Pigs in the parlor. What's it about?
It's about deliverance.
I'm gonna have to write that one down.
And I got the workbook for it too. So I'm reading this thing because now that I've had time to stop and look around, I look at certain things and I'm like, well, that's not natural. That's not, you know, like when you're around a lot of people for a certain time, you know how certain people act and behave and say certain things. But when people do things that are just not normal, and
Well,
they've always it's but you know it's not it's like normal is objective, right? But this is way out of like way out of like left field.
But there ain't nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, so I'm paying attention to stuff like that, and it's weird because I talked to my wife today. I was like, babe, has since we met, has it been a haze? She's like, yeah, it's been nonstop. I'm like, I said, this is the first time I've had to stop and look around and actually enjoy things.
Well, because I know Mick has been he was out before we was, right?
Yeah.
So he'd probably seen this shit just like I did when I got out, just like I did. You know, I seen all this bullshit, right, that I was a privy to while we was serving. You know, now after 24 years, you're just seeing the same shit we've been seeing for fucking 2 decades.
Yeah, I mean, like,
you know,
the stuff that I'm noticing now. It's just like, I don't know why I didn't notice this in the Navy, but
Rocky, because
I was so focused on the Navy.
That's what I was getting ready to say. You had your blinders on. That's what you did. You know,
I mean, my main thing was taking care of my family.
Yeah.
Making rank was the icing on the cake, but
sure.
The main thing was just taking care of my family, surviving, and getting out in one piece with my fucking sanity.
I mean, we don't give you shit. I mean, we give you shit about the red pill shit, but we do it out of love because we've been seeing this shit for decades.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't give a shit about it. I understand it.
Like I saw this stuff all those years, and I finally, when I started watching those videos, everything just started making sense. And I'm like, you know, that look of disgust. It's like, you people disgust me. And
that's why
I can't look at those people the same way because I automatically see all the it's like I see it. I see what they do, and it's like, no, get away.
Real quick, I'm gonna jump back to what I was gonna say before I forget.
Do it.
Rocky, you're religious, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not religious.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
I believe, and I have faith.
Yes.
That's not religious.
And whose responsibility is it to believe?
The person.
Okay. And does the Bible ever talk about people that don't believe?
Yes.
And
Talks a lot about that.
And on some of those, did some of those people come around and start to believe?
Yes.
Okay.
Some of them, but some of them didn't.
Right.
Pontius Pilate, they heavily suspect, was turned by the events.
Whose choice and responsibility was that?
Whose what?
Whose choice and responsibility was that?
The person's.
Okay. So
here
is exactly where I'm going with this, because I'm not religious. You believe, sorry. You believe, and you said she brought Christ into her life and accepted him and all that. It's her responsibility to believe in what she believes in, and it's her. She has to face the consequences and repercussions of her choices, right? And you can only do so much, and you've already done it because now with the age she is at, you have now taught her basically 99% of the stuff she needs to know to live a good life, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, right from wrong.
She understands it. She understands it. She knows what she needs to do, and she knows where she needs to go. Therefore, you have done your part. The other 1% is now on her. And that is whether or not she believes or doesn't believe, or how she acts, how she treats other people. That is on her now, because you can't be with her 24/7 saying, no, you can't do that. Yes, this is how you do it. No, you can't do that. And you are stressing yourself out beyond belief to where you are having physiological changes in your body that you don't even realize right now because you're getting angry. You are constantly in a state of pissed off. This is a fucked up world because of this is how people are thinking and doing, instead of going, how can I better my life, and how can I make me a better person, and how can I be happy?
Bettering my life would be removing this shit from my life.
And here's the thing.
I can't.
You can never remove it from your life. I'm going to tell you that right now.
That's the thing.
Unfortunately, you're going to be surrounded by people that you do not agree with. Done. That is how it is. What you have to do is focus on yourself and your family, right? So your family unit, you look at it differently than how you're looking at things now. Because what is going on outside of the house and in interactions with other people is affecting your family. That molecule, right? That nucleus. And if you get back to the nucleus and you fix that and work on it there, that might fix the things outside.
That's
okay?
what I'm trying to do.
So stop with the pissed off and stop with the stressed. Get rid of it, throw it away, because you know what? I run and I do that kind of stuff to get rid of my stress, because otherwise I sit in my living room and I'm fucking pissed. And
Yeah,
I
part
fucking
of
hate
the
life.
reason, whoops, part of the reason I bought a bunch of other books too.
You
There
need
was one
something
called
other than
Getting Anger Under Control that I
You
bought.
need
you need here's the problem. Where are you when you're reading?
Home.
Okay. When you're not reading, what are you doing?
Cooking, or I don't know, work.
Okay. Where?
Home.
Home. Right?
Yeah.
Everything you do now, because you're retired, just like me, just like Gilly, you're doing it at home. Where are some of these stressors coming from?
Outside of the
Home.
home.
Home. Your daughter in the home. Your kid in the home. It's the little things that add up. That is what stresses you out. Get out of the home. Go do something. Go
just take a drive. Rocky, you can drive. Take a drive.
Yeah, take a 20, 30-minute drive.
Medically, dude.
Huh?
Go,
I haven't been cleared medically.
Bullshit. If you're cleaning the house, you could drive. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
I'm doing this kind of stuff.
Now, you said you only had your knees not too long ago.
Yeah, I had to crawl.
Can you
So-
walk?
Huh?
Can you walk?
I can walk. Yeah.
If you can walk, you can drive.
Can you walk 10 minutes straight?
You know, Thumper is not religious. I am. And I can't think of a single thing that Thumper just said that wasn't true.
No, I
don't think
do.
it
I do
has-
go on walks.
I don't think
I
it
do
has
go on
any
walks.
bearing on religiosity or anything like that. I think Thumper is right. I think you need to get out. You need to do more shit on your own, and you need to realize what is in your sphere of control and what isn't. Like the whole serenity prayer, you know.
Yeah.
Let me change the things I can, accept the things that I can't, and have the wisdom to know the difference.
Yes.
You know.
But Rocky, too, though, you can't force your beliefs, religion on the kids. They
You
got to
can't
find out
force-
for themselves.
You
too.
can't force anything.
It's just-
dude.
I was forced growing up, right? I was baptized at 13, right? Now, I don't believe, now I believe there's a creator, right? I do. I believe there's a creator. You know, I don't know who that is. That's my beliefs now. You know, so I grew up just like
See,
you
the
did,
thing
Rocky.
with baptism, man. Baptism, what it is the public confession that you have accepted Christ into your life of your own volition, and it is your decision.
Yep.
No
But it
one
was
should
not-
ever be baptized if they have not publicly declared that decision.
But it was not my choice either. I was forced.
Therefore, it ought not to have happened, because if you are not,
I know,
publicly
but the thing
proclaiming-
is, like
you know,
now, I've always believed there's a creator, right? Don't know who it is, right?
well, you'd have to be a retard not to. Sorry.
Yeah. But I'm not like River. I don't go to church. I'm not going to force him any type of religion on him. Period. He's got to make that for his own self. If he wants to be religious, then he can. I've told him that too.
Sure.
I am the product of being forced into religion. Okay. I will tell you, my uncle and aunt used to watch me while my mom was at work. I was forced to go to church and Sunday school. And I was forced, once we got home, I had to read the Bible for 2 hours. Then I had to watch the 700 Club. Then I had to watch my uncle beat the shit out of his kids and me. And so, therefore, I am not religious. I don't believe in anything. Okay. But what I do believe in is physiological changes in your body due to stress and anger. And to me, whether you believe in something or not when it comes to religion, that's great, because if you believe in it, it should give you peace, correct?
That has nothing to do with the physiological stress of hate and anger and fear.
It
That
does.
is a real thing, whether you believe in God or not.
Well, here's the thing, though. If you believe in God and you're happy with that, right?
Yeah,
That will actually help heal you, correct?
correct.
Therefore,
Absolutely. It will. Yeah.
Right now, your religion, your beliefs is actually causing you damage because you believe in something and she is acting against what you believe in.
No, it's not that she's
Therefore,
acting against it. It's that she fucking acts like a goddamn disrespectful idiot. She doesn't even want to walk by the fucking screen because she doesn't want to be seen on the internet.
Rocky,
You know
that's
what?
a teenager. She's a teenager. That's going to
Shut up.
happen.
I'm not going to inconvenience myself for a bunch of fucking people that don't do anything.
well, that's the thing. Here's the thing.
That's why I'm like the way I am. I'm like, if you want me to do something, you better fucking ask and come correct. If not, I'm going to chew your fucking head off.
Well,
that's where the anger comes
if she
from.
doesn't want to
Why
walk,
do I have to repeat myself, you stupid fucking idiot?
if
Do I
she
need to
doesn't,
talk to you like that? Do you want me to talk to you like that? Or can I say,
Okay.
hey, why don't you ask kindly and stop with your stupid goddamn teenage attitude, because I'm going to slap the shit out of that.
so here we go.
And
You just
I'm
went on
mad for
another-
that second, but then I'm like, okay, done. Get out of my face.
You just went on a tangent about a 14-year-old girl that doesn't want to be seen on the internet.
It's so stupid.
But I would be happy that my daughter didn't want to be seen on the fucking internet.
But the thing is, it's like is like, this is what I do.
No, Hold
No,
on.
you can't.
You're upset that she's
I
mad.
blur it. I blur it,
doesn't-
right?
It doesn't matter.
Come on. Get over yourself.
You know what? I would be happy because I had a 14-year-old stepdaughter that was sending nudes over the fucking phone.
Oh my God.
So be happy that your daughter doesn't even want to be seen on the internet. I'm just saying it could always be
Yeah, I
fucking
know,
worse.
I know.
And you never see that part of it.
Brad
You're
has a
always
fantastic point there.
Yeah,
you're always to the extreme and pissed off because it's not what you look at it as an inconvenience. I look at it as going, shit, I wish, because I had a 14 and a 13-year-old stepdaughter, both of them sending nudes over their phones. And you know what? Their dad did nothing about it. He didn't even go to the boys' houses. Guess who did? Me. And guess who had to fucking argue with his wife just to even go do it? Me, because she doesn't like confrontation. And here's the thing. You are mad because she doesn't want to walk in front of the fucking screen. I'd be like, fucking, yeah, great. Go the other way around. Because here's the thing. I don't want you seen because you're 14. You know, that's the thing. Women are sexualized, especially young fucking girls.
I know.
But my son, on the other hand, is not that. He's not that target audience, right? Not saying we have pedophiles that watch our fucking show, but here's the thing.
They shouldn't.
Once it's fucking out there, it's out there.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, right? Your beliefs are your beliefs. You can't force, you can't make. For a perfect example, did Jesus go around forcing people into Christianity?
No, he did not.
No. He asked them, he gave them the option. He let them act out how they wanted to act. And look what happened, right? Now think about this. If he were to go around and try to force people into believing, how would that have worked out?
It wouldn't work at all.
Okay. So you need to look at it as this, right? You're a believer. You, in your heart, believe that if you talk to people about your beliefs, it might help them later on down the road.
I really
right?
don't believe that anymore.
But
really don't
here's
believe
the thing. That is what the teachings are. Is
Yeah,
to
but it doesn't
spread
work.
the word of God and hopefully you make a change, right?
Yeah.
The thing is you've already done that with her. You got to let her run her path. Regardless of how you believe and how you feel about it, it is now in her hands. She is 14 or whatever now, right? And there's not a lot you can do. I am very strict. My son understands that. And here's the thing. I don't force anything on him other than you follow the fucking rules and you do what you're supposed to do. You be a good person. Your consequences are your consequences.
Yep.
He knows that if I go up there to clean his fucking room, I'm throwing his shit away.
Yep.
He knows that.
Exactly.
And the thing is he's making some changes here soon, which I'm not going to get into, but you know, there are things that you have to understand and not be so tunnel visioned on. And I don't want to see you go down a road where your health is actually being affected by this, because it can, your blood pressure, I guarantee you, if you were to take your fucking blood pressure when you're in one of your rants, dude, it's unhealthy.
Dude,
it's unhealthy. I can see it in your face. Everybody makes jokes about how red my face gets, but that's normal. Has nothing to do with my blood pressure. Yours has everything to do with your blood pressure, which you could be putting yourself in serious danger of a stroke.
I better fucking die, because I don't want to live after that.
You don't have control over that.
Rocky,
knock it the fuck off. You don't have to have the stroke to begin with. Just chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
That's what
Rocky,
I was going to tell you when I was stationed in Washington, D.C., that was probably the most stressful place I'd ever been, because everyone was stupid. Every time I got my blood pressure done, they would have to take my blood pressure and they would keep me at medical for a fucking hour to see if my blood pressure would drop.
Yeah. But Rocky, let me ask you this question though, right?
Like, I was so fucking mad all the fucking goddamn
Rocky,
time. I had cowardly fucking officers.
Speaking
cowardly fucking everything.
Rocky, speaking of what, Rocky, shut up. Speaking of what Thumper was getting at, right?
Yeah.
Do you do Bible study at the house with kids? Do you do that?
I haven't done it in a while because it's just not been.
Let them, give them an option, right? If they want to join you, join you. If they don't, then just let them not join you. Okay. You know, if they want to join you, don't join you. Okay. That's what Thumper's getting.
I'm pretty sure my kids are all going to go their stupid way and be stupid. And
But
I'm
Rocky,
be like, well, I didn't see you in eternity. You made a stupid choice.
Yeah, but they'll come back around. Like, kids
I
go
don't
off their
know,
own stupid
man.
way, and then they
I
come
don't
back.
know.
Rocky,
You know?
if they don't come back around, they don't come back around, Rocky. That's all them. That's what Thumper's getting at. What's what we're all getting at right here.
I know
The thing is, Rocky, is they have a long way ahead of them where
Yes.
they can make a choice.
Yes. But Rocky, I'm gonna
Right?
tell you right now, the last time I stepped foot in the fucking church, right, was in fucking after our fucking Cruiser 2000, right? After our Westpac, right? I was hung over like a motherfucker, right? But I was forced to fucking go by my fucking daddy, my grandmother on my mom's side, right? Because she wanted me in uniform, because all the old people in the church is an old country church. That's what it was, right?
They
And
wanna
I grew up
shoot
with
you
these
off.
people, right? Great people, right? You know, they was. They all wanted to see me, right? But we had a new fucking pastor, right? A woman pastor. You know, I came in there, you know, dressed as, you know, my dress blues and all that shit, right? Guess what the sermon was about?
What?
People like us, right? And I was like, I'm done with this shit. That's the last time I stepped foot in the fucking church.
I haven't stepped foot in a church since the 80s.
But you got to realize there, Gilly, if there's a woman in the pulpit, it ain't a real church.
It's not a real church. That ain't a
Well, I
Christian
know, but
church.
Methodist religion, right? Allowed
Methodist
that
ain't
to happen.
Christian no more, dude. If Methodist does that, that ain't Christian no
Yeah.
more, dude.
No, I'm saying, no, Rocky.
That's heretical.
No, Rocky. I'm saying that's the last time I stepped foot in the fucking church, and I will not step foot into another church ever again.
I
will
haven't
not.
stepped foot in the church since 2015.
And I will, I mean, yeah, I believe there's a creator, right? Okay, there is. You know, until we die, we're not going to know who that creator is. Plain and simple. We're not going to.
I think I know.
No, you think you know, that's your belief.
Sure about it.
But you can't, like, Thumper's getting that. We've all been getting that. Do not force that onto your fucking kids. Let them make their own choices. Let them.
I don't.
Let them
I've
fail.
been
Let them
talking
fail just like our parents let us fucking fail, Rocky. You know, that's why we became successful, because we failed. And we learned from those fucking failures. We did. You know that. I mean, you failed too.
But you got to ask the question: why do they need to fail if they have someone that did the shit and they know the experience and they can just learn and not make the same fucking mistakes?
Rocky, my dad told me, right?
Yeah.
When I came home on leave, no, before I went to Navy, right? Before I went to boot camp, Dad goes, when you come home on leave, things are not going to be the same with your friends. And I said, Dad, you're full of shit, right? He was fucking right there. Right, 100%.
Fucking true.
What
you know, we have to learn, we have to see that with our own fucking eyes first before we'll believe our fucking parents on shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know you went through that, Rocky, too, with your mom and dad.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, dude. Like I think it was 2000, and then I drove. Like, remember when we were getting ready to go on deployment, I drove from Washington to California. I didn't take leave or anything.
That was embarrassed because you and I was on leave at the same time because I went home for my 21st birthday.
And then I flew back up there, and my parents came and drove with me, and I apologized to my dad. I said, Dad, I'm sorry about everything. You were right about everything.
But Rocky, let your kids make their mistakes like our parents did, right? That's what we're saying. Let them make, and then eventually they're going to come back and say, Dad, you was right. Guaranteed they will.
Yep.
Andrew's already done that. He's like, Dad, you're right about everything. I said, Dude,
Right.
I was trying to fucking help you, man.
And so it'll happen again, man.
Don't
Yeah.
listen. Like,
It'll happen
Well,
again.
I know. It's like you ever see that piece of paper that says "bang head" here, and it's on like a metal wall? That's what it's like. It's like you guys might as well just bang your head against the metal spike because you guys are doing stupid shit. Like, oh my god. Ugh. But yeah, I know.
Which, I mean,
I just don't want them to fail. It's
they're going to fail a lot. They're going to.
Nobody wants their kids to fail, but there's going to be times where they're going to fail.
They have to learn from that, Rocky. Just like Rocky.
Did you walk around when your kid was learning how to walk and you followed them to catch them every time?
no, because when I got home for my first kid, he was just starting to walk.
Here's the thing. You got to let them fall. You got to let them fucking get up and start walking again. It's no different.
Rewatch the Rocky movie, right? When he's talking to his grown-ass son, right? After he leaves the restaurant, right? That fucking quote right there.
Doesn't matter
Oh, is that a quote?
bad you get hit. It matters you keep getting up. But
Oh,
That's right.
yeah.
I didn't ever watch that Rocky.
It's Rocky Balboa. It's the 6th one.
Yep.
Oh,
It's the
yeah, I
one
never
where-
saw that
where
one.
It's actually a really good movie.
It is.
Like that quote is like probably one of the best quotes ever
Yeah.
because it was like Rocky Balboa was telling his son, he was like, hey, it doesn't matter how hard you got hit. It only matters that you keep getting up and fighting.
Well, and also it doesn't matter, like he talked about, it doesn't matter what other people think of him too, of his son too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, when he wanted to fight again
Is
after
that
all
the one
these
that
years.
Brett, is that the one that exploded? What
Yeah.
does it look like now?
So I don't know if you can see, but starting here, it cracked and it goes all the way down the seam there.
What do you think caused it?
Pressure. I told Gilly, glad I didn't have this thing sitting between my legs in the car. I'd have lost my fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have lost my nuts. They would have been numb as fuck after they hurt for a long time. Because this thing shot water over 15 feet
Really?
when it blew up. Yeah. So just do me a favor. When you're using it, set it on the counter and just leave it there.
I do. That's what I do with it, dude.
I told you Rocky's gonna he's gonna have it safety roped off now.
No.
Fucking yellow tape around it.
Yeah.
This is the hydrogen bottle zone. So this I thought I was getting flashbanged. I thought the government was coming after me.
I was laughing. I told Pepper, I was like,
I was
you
thinking
said
about
that made me
that.
to start laughing. I was like, oh my
I
god.
start laughing because I'm like, that's probably
Billy,
where
do
I
I tell the
grew.
whole story? You
Huh?
you know the whole story. Do I tell the whole story?
Go ahead, tell the whole
Is it
story.
real embarrassing?
So yeah, a little bit. I mean, it sucks, but
Well,
okay.
don't tell
So
it if it's gonna embarrass you. Don't say it.
I don't give a fuck. It's
Okay.
I told Gilly. So I'm standing out here, right? I'm actually where I was standing right now.
Uh-huh.
I had just showered. I started my bottle, and then I went in and took a shower, and I came back out here. It was after my 6-mile run. Okay, so I actually did a 6-mile run on Saturday, which my goal was to get 6 miles do a 6-mile run by Monday. So I woke up, I was tired as fuck on Saturday. I was like, I have no energy. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go for a run. So I went for a run, came home, cooled off, showered while this is running. And I'm standing here at my kitchen sink, mixing my my protein and I'm in just like pajama pants, no shirt, and I'm actually rubbing like triple antibiotic on my nipples.
Why?
This is all starting to sound pretty sexy, you know?
Yeah, like
He's hot, he's sweating, he's
What's
rubbing
going
lotion on
on?
himself. Yeah.
Well, no, anybody who runs like that, right?
So,
Oh,
Get your
there's like
nipples
the
shaped.
guy in fucking
Hold on.
The Office.
so,
Keep going, Thumper. Keep going.
so when you run long distance, okay, and I've dealt with this before. When you run long distance, you sweat a lot. Your shirt rubs. My nipples were bleeding. Okay.
Okay, keep going.
So I'm rubbing on my triple antibiotic to make my nipples heal, and this motherfucker explodes while I'm doing it.
Oh, it explodes. Oh, God,
It
so
was-
did I.
It was the scariest thing ever because, like I said, I thought I was getting fucking flashbanged. It was that loud, and then I realized what happened, and water had shot like 15 feet into my living room.
Dang.
So it shot from my kitchen through my dining room into my living room. And this motherfucker was loud. My ears were ringing afterwards. And
So
yeah,
what?
and-
So what happened? Like, what was the failure?
it scared the shit out of me so bad that while I was rubbing on my nipple, getting that on, I actually hit my nipple and it fucking hurt
man.
so fucking bad. So it was rough. It was a rough fucking morning. Okay.
Yeah.
So the
I said,
failure.
did the cameras catch that? Because I want to see that footage.
Yeah, he asked if the cameras caught it. They did not. So the failure was the pressure inside the bottle. It started to split here, and it went up and then down this seam all the way to the bottom. I don't know if you can see it's
Yeah.
discolored. You can see the line.
Yeah.
Well, that's
All
because
the way up.
that's because it's square and not round. That's the whole reason why
No.
the de Havilland Comet had
It's
explosive decompression problems, because the windshield was square and not round. And
no, it's
where you go
concave.
square, it's a weak spot.
No, it's concave. So this side is it's out like this.
The other
Right.
side,
This side it goes the opposite direction.
Okay,
It is designed to handle the pressure.
But
I
did,
don't know.
but it didn't.
Yeah.
I
that's
don't
weird.
know what happened. So I have a 2-year warranty on it.
Well, thank God for that.
So I'm really glad I got the warranty because this is a $300 fucking bottle.
ain't fucking cheap.
No, but yeah, that's the fucked up story of me rubbing my nipples and thinking I was being flashbanged.
It is
It's
it's
probably-
pretty funny.
Which
You-
probably
you
gave
need
him
to-
a hard
you know what,
on
dude? You know
afterwards
what we need
too.
to do? We need to make a clip of this right here. Just make a clip of it. Like if you can make a clip of it, it's only like 4 or 5 minutes, maybe. It'd be a pretty good clip, I think. It's pretty fucking funny, dude.
The time that Thumper was rubbing his nipples and thought he got flashbanged.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, it took me a while to get my heart rate down, not gonna lie.
No,
You
I mean,
know?
that's intense, dude. That's intense shit.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was I had to tell Gilly the whole story and then he laughed
Well,
his
just
ass
like-
off at me.
Just like when you fucking said, I don't know who I pissed off against SWAT. I was thinking, yeah, your ex-wife.
Right? Yeah. I was like, I thought I was getting swatted at first, you know? Like, who the fuck did I piss off bad enough to get swatted?
Your ex-wife.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, considering I called the cops on her ass for fucking having those
Yep,
guns.
exactly.
For what? Oh, yeah. I remember.
Nick, what you eat?
I gotta get someone going, boys, because
So we-
Get going then. Get going.
So, I gotta head out. You guys have a good night.
All right, you too, man.
Easy, Rocky.
Yeah, because I
All right, see you, Rocky.
early.
Hey, we love you, man. Remember that.
I was
Yep.
just
Guys,
going to
hey,
tell you
thanks for the
that.
talk. Thanks for the talk. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's some other insight that I probably needed, and I don't have anyone else to talk to.
You got us, goddamn
We
it.
got us
I got
any old
you
fucking
guys,
time
so-
of the day, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Messenger, fucking
Just like-
text
It's
message.
like
fucking
you called
phone
me
call,
fucking last
anything.
week, right? We talked all morning long.
Hey, tomorrow morning, I want to try and do that thing on my channel because I can go live.
You getting up that fucking early, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I'll do it later in the day. But
Later, we can do it later in the afternoon. That's fine, Rocky.
I'll be up. I don't have anything going on.
I'm taking tomorrow off, so yeah.
Do it in the afternoon. Fuck it. I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow.
What I was trying to do is like that buddy check thing. Like I was going to try and put that on my channel, and then who knows? It might help somebody. I don't know.
That's what we're doing now. The buddy check thing, pretty much.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So I mean, I'm going to put it on my channel, and then I wanted to talk to you guys. That way we could like say, hey, this is what it is. This is why.
Yeah. Well, then do it in the afternoon. Fuck it. I'll be up by the afternoon.
I'll call you around like maybe 2.
2 your time?
2 my time. Or is that
okay?
too
Fine.
Is that
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Only about 2 your time. That's fine. Yeah. Because you got to remember, Mick's on the West Coast, so he's 2 hours behind. 3 hours behind.
3 hours behind. Yeah.
Yeah, but
you know, you
11
live in
a.m.
my
is still
favorite time zone. The time zone I miss the most is Pacific time. It's perfect for the World Series and fucking football and Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Get drunk and party and still go to work the next day without a damn hangover.
Bullshit. Because how much fucking alcohol you drink. Come on now.
Well, I mean, there is always that. Yeah.
All right, if you gotta go, brother.
I don't have to go just yet, but I'm going to be going in that.
All right,
No, what I'm eating though, Charlene made up some garlic parmesan fucking pot roast, and she
nice.
slathered that over a batch of mashed potatoes. So
yeah, when she came to give you a kiss earlier, here comes the ghost. I was getting back ready to say the ghost woman gonna give you a kiss. And she came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I see that stuff on. I don't freak out about it. It's like
No, but Rocky, what I'm saying is he gave Heidi the nickname Ghost Lady.
Yeah, Ghost Woman, because she was like, her hand came by one time. I was like, what the hell was that? Heidi's hand, the heister's hand.
Sorry, I'm wiping off my fucking dishwasher.
You guys know my sense of humor, man. I'm like 90% fucking around.
Oh
yeah. That was a good Social Distortion album, though, dude.
Yeah.
After that, I did get all the other ones, like the Mommy's Little Monster and everything. I was like, man, these guys are fucking good.
I've got every single one of them to this day. Yeah. The self-titled album had So Far Away and Ring of Fire on it. Ball and Chain.
Let It Be Me.
Let It Be Me. Yep.
Like there's he did a Backstreet Girl. He did a cover of a Rolling Stones song.
Yeah, Under My Thumb.
Well, on that
Twice.
one's on White Trash, White Light. The other one, I think it's Backstreet Girl or Alone and Forsaken. I can't remember.
They did Alone and Forsaken on.
That's not Rolling Stones, though, is it?
No, Alone and Forsaken was a Hank Williams song.
Yeah.
An old Hank Williams song, and that was on. I think Hard Crimes and Lullabies.
Yep, Hank Williams Sr.
And that was a great one, man. Yeah. Yep. Alone and forsaken by fate and by man. Oh, God, whoever. I mean, we all know Hank Williams wrote that, but God damn it. He died of alcoholism at like, what, 30?
Now, senior.
Yeah, senior. Yeah.
Well, actually, he died in a car wreck.
Well, whatever, man. Hank Sr. died too soon, man, because that
he did.
motherfucker read a song.
Yep.
You know what surprises me is the Rolling Stones never died. Them and Aerosmith.
Mm-hmm.
Willie Nelson.
Well, all Willie Nelson did was he drank a lot in his youth, but then he stopped drinking. He just kept smoking a lot of pot.
Yep.
So there's no reason why Willie Nelson, shouldn't be alive today, because he actually took it easy on himself.
Now, Keith Richards should be fucking dead.
He should be fucking dead. No one's disputing that.
He outlived fucking Ozzy of all fucking people.
Yeah, dude, Ozzy Osbourne died before him. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Like Mick Jagger outlived him.
Yeah. Steven Tyler outlived him too. Come on now.
But Ozzy got Parkinson's.
Yeah.
You know, like he got some, some genetic shit that you can't really predict. So it wasn't due to his lifestyle.
Yep.
Did that thing charge?
That just shows you right there. Just because you drink and you party and you do drugs doesn't mean you're gonna die early.
I mean, look at Lemmy.
Yep.
From Motorhead.
Yeah.
He died at 70.
Yep.
And he partied. I think they said his final show was 4 days before he died. Like Lemmy went so fucking hard that he played a live show 4 days before his death.
Well, it's like we talked about like whiskey drinking before, right?
Yeah.
My dad's brother, my uncle, that had a gun shop.
Yeah.
I never saw him drink any fucking water. It was always fucking whiskey and Pepsi. Always. No water.
Well, Lemmy said, one time when they asked about his diet,
Yeah.
the only thing Lemmy ever ate was meat, cheese, whiskey, and only a little water when he was thirsty. That was it.
Yeah, my uncle, he lived to be 75 years old.
Well, I mean, you've got, all the good fat, nutrient profile, protein from fucking meat, cheese, different, more fat than protein, but, you fill in the fat in the nutrients department, and the whiskey keeps you fucking nice and relaxed.
And that's what my brother, my brother, he's like, how did Uncle Larry live so long? I said, well, he didn't eat all the junk food. He ate a lot of fucking meat, everything.
Yeah. Exactly.
And my uncle, he didn't have diabetes, right? My dad's got diabetes. Yep. Grandma Gillespie had diabetes. My brother's got diabetes. I know.
My dad's got it. Yep.
Yeah. It ain't what you drink right there. It's what you it is what you drink, but I ain't talking about the alcohol, right? It's kind of, if you drink a lot of soda, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eating a lot of fucking bullshit, right? Chips, candy, you're going to get it. Yeah. Going to.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad's got diabetes. He's got, at this point now, he's in his, late 60s. He's insulin dependent, and he's got neuropathy in his feet and so on and so forth.
Yep. Now, my dad, he's fucking 70-something years old. That motherfucker still drinking beer to this day.
Fucked up thing is, my dad, I've only seen him drink twice my entire life. Dude almost never drank. He had cigars sometimes when he would play Dungeons and Dragons with his friends when I was a kid, but basically he never drank, he never smoked. The thing with my dad is he had pretty much always been overweight because of the amount of calories he took in.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the man's only vice.
Yeah.
But it was enough to push him into, being a diabetic.
Yeah. So like dad don't take shots or anything. He just takes a pill for his.
Well, that's good for him. My dad is at this point, like I said, he's insulin.
Now my mom, she's got to take the shots. Well,
my mom is good. She had a stroke some years ago, and so she's not quite as energetic as she once was. She can't quite talk on the phone for as long as she used to. She gets tired a little more quickly, but overall she's in good shape. She didn't have the diabetes, but she also, cut back on the calories and, took care of herself in time for that to not be an issue.
Yep. That's like Thumper said yesterday. He said, God damn it. He said, we need to live in the same fucking town. He goes, if we did, we'd be fat as fuck. He goes, oh, maybe not, because we eat fucking more clean than anything else.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, I've got a fairly lean physique, but I got a bit of a spare tire going on, some love handles, and every last fucking bit of that is alcohol.
Well, it's what you eat with alcohol. That's what a lot of it is.
It's the beer and the whiskey that's hanging around my midsection, because everything else that I eat, I mean, it's not all perfect, but it's pretty fucking close. Like what I eat is really clean. Yeah.
Well, it's like, take Little Tate, for example, right? He would eat late at night like I would, right?
Yeah.
But he would eat a lot more like fast food, like Taco Bell, like ramen, right?
Bad idea.
Yeah. It's not like now. I'm still wearing size 34 pants after we left fucking North Carolina because I stopped eating late at night.
Yeah, see, I've always worn a 34 pant, like back in the Navy to right now. Same waist size, only the gut above the waist has gotten a little bigger.
Yeah, but like me, if I would lift weights, yeah, I got the Bowflex downstairs. If I would do that, I would be built just like I was in the fucking Navy. If I would just do that.
Why don't you do it, bitch?
Because my fucking neck, for one. Because every time for a few days, it keeps going, it goes good, right? And as soon as that fourth or fifth day, that fucking pinched nerve hits me. Every time.
I need it done by the morning.
So. I hate the Virgo that stops me. I hate the Virgo that stops me because that's why I bought the Bowflex, right? Because I got a couch downstairs. The Virgo gets going, I can lay down, adjust my head, right? For my neck.
Well, good question. You got cord.
That's a different fucking story right there. But if I would have never lost that weight, got sick too, went from 215 pounds out of 162, right?
I have to have it up on my main
floor. I would have never lost all that
in
muscle.
The morning they're going to swing by with a truck and trailer and pick up.
What the fuck is Thumper doing?
I was going to need help moving some stuff in my garage too.
All right, and give me, I don't know, a half hour and they can give me down to Mandy's.
So 8? You want me to come get you at 8?
Yeah.
Thumper, go get him at 8.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't take too long. I mean, it's just get that up, and then we'll get that other one accessible, and then I'll figure something out for trash.
Does he not have a mute button?
Oh, he does, but he just didn't hit
I just got to be able to roll that one out of the garage, and the other one they can take out through the front.
He wants to take over the conversation.
It's kind of funny.
So,
well, when he does this, at the time when he's talking about looking at that body, it might be a problem.
All right,
yeah.
Later.
That's like we used to give Rocky shit, right? Motherfucker, mute your fucking mic. God damn it.
What?
You better how you start talking and we can hear you. Mute your fucking mic sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, I forgot to mute mine, huh?
Yeah.
You sure did, buddy. You sure did.
Damn it.
So what the fuck are you talking about?
My toolboxes.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Wait,
I got to get those.
Which toolboxes? Because you have several, and what's inside of them would elicit a different conversation.
Well, we'll talk about this off camera.
No, that's fine. Both of them.
You sure?
So the toy box
Okay.
one and my other one. They're like worth about $10,000, and I got to sell them for $4,000.
It sucks, man. It always sucks.
The buddy that was gonna pay my $6,000 for me to pay my ex-wife the equity settlement. Last week his radiator blew on him on a semi, and that was $5,000 to repair. Then, as he was getting ready to leave this week for his run out to Seattle, he was served at 7:00 in the morning because his ex-girlfriend stopped paying on the furniture he bought her. And so he's being taken to court for $2,400. And then he fucking left and his starter went out. And that was another $1,500. And now, last night, he was driving through fucking Wyoming and hit a fucking deer and did $7,000 worth of damage to his semi. So he's got to pay his insurance deductible for not that now. So he won't be able to float me the $6,000 for me to pay him back for me paying her off, so I don't go to jail because I would be in contempt of court.
Well, you won't go to jail for that. They'll just hit you other ways.
Contempt of court? Oh no, they'll get you. Trust me. Here,
Not always. Not always though.
For here, they will. Trust me. They don't fuck around here with contempt of court. So I have a check coming in the mail from a settlement. It's like $2,000 tomorrow, and then the Snap-on company, the people that sold it to me off their truck, they know I'm going through this and shit, and they really didn't even want to buy my fucking box from me because my one big box alone is $7,400. The other box,
that's brand new though too.
This one is brand new. It's never had a tool in it. It's still got the plastic,
but it's still used though too.
No, she actually can sell it as new. She said because it has the plastic on it.
Even with the toys in it?
No, that's the other one. That's the small one. And that one, I haven't even I didn't even open the fucking the shit for the fucking bottom of the drawers and stuff for that one. But they said that since they know what I'm going through and everything, they would take both boxes for $4,000 cash.
Well,
And
that's
I'm like,
that's how you buy shit to resell it. You get someone going through that.
I know. So I asked her, I was like, well, are you going to work with me? So when I do buy more, you're going to discount them for me? And she's like, yeah. She goes, I'll take care of you. So, because I have sent her a lot of business and stuff. So yeah, he's going to come over tonight. He wanted to come over tomorrow, but I'm like, he's got fucking court. And I'm like, for what? Because he's not supposed to be driving at all. He doesn't have a license. He got arrested too many times driving when he shouldn't have been. And he's banned for life. Well, apparently somebody turned him in for driving a mini bike, like a little 49cc motorcycle.
You don't have to have a license for 49ccs. It's when it's 50 and above.
I know. So he apparently has court tomorrow for that. But I was like, I'm sure you guys heard. I was like, well, I need it done tonight because I need it for the morning. And if you got court at 8:30 in the morning, are you going to go to jail? And he's like, what kind of trouble do you think I'm in? He does get in a lot of drug-related trouble. So I don't want to risk it just in case they do lock his ass up. I need to have that fucking toolbox out of my basement, the other one accessible in the garage. So.
And that's the thing, now if it was a DWI, right, you still would have to have a license for 49 and under, right?
No, but
you can't be caught drinking or drunk on a fucking anything motorized, whether lawnmower, fucking anything.
His is, yeah. And see, his isn't even DWI. It was, he got caught driving with meth and shit in his car, and he lost his license numerous times. And meth and heroin and shit. So,
well, that could be why I gotta have to do the fucking, well, not that, but I got jury duty coming up fucking Friday, like I told you.
Yeah,
some guy just got busted, carrying fucking, I don't know how many fucking grams of fucking meth through movement.
Yeah, you never know.
So,
but yeah, fucking, I wanted to make sure I get this shit done because if he goes to fucking jail in the morning, I don't want to fucking be stuck without getting that shit up out of my fucking basement. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go get him here in about 30 minutes.
Well, just like I told you before, if you need some money, let me know. I'll flip it, let you have it. So
I know. The good thing about doing it the way I'm doing it is I was going to pay my buddy back. And then when shit went south with him, my mom was going to put her fucking car up to get me the $6,000. And I'm like, well, now I don't have to have anybody put anything up and I don't have to pay anybody back. And it'll be paid straight up. I'm done with her. I don't have to look back,
But did she sign that quit claim deed? Yeah.
So I talked to my lawyer. She has not.
She's in contempt right now.
I know, and my lawyer's not pushing it right now and my lawyer explained it to me, because right now she's under the assumption that she's safe, right? Like she hasn't signed. She had 10 days to sign it. She that's way past. My lawyer did it on purpose because if I had to ask for an extension past the 30 days to get her the $6,000, they couldn't say no, because if they said no, then they would be saying I would be held in contempt, right? If they held me in contempt, guess what? She's way in contempt for not doing the quitclaim deed like she was supposed to within 10 days. So it's a safety net.
Well, I get that, which I get that. I do.
Yeah, my lawyer looked ahead and was like, well, $6,000 is a lot of money to come up with on a fixed income. So if you can't get it within that 30 days, we can basically force them into giving you more time by not having them do a quitclaim. And then that way it could be held over her head that she could go to jail with the contempt of court.
Well,
and so that's why my lawyer did it. She did it smart, and I'm glad she did it that way.
But also too, fucking as soon as you pay her money, you don't have that quitclaim deed in hand, right? Or it's not your lawyer's. Your lawyer or you don't have to have a lawyer for this one. File fucking contempt of court.
Oh yeah, I know. Yep. If it's not signed and filed that day, then she's fucked. Because I'm getting my settlement check tomorrow in the mail, and then tomorrow they're coming with $4,000 cash. So that makes the $6,000. I can literally run it to my lawyer tomorrow, drop it off. They can walk downstairs with the $6,000 in the quitclaim deed, and she has to come as soon as that's dropped off at her lawyer's, because her lawyer's in the bottom level of my lawyer's building. My lawyer's on the second floor, her lawyer's on the first floor. So they're gonna walk it downstairs and be like, "This needs to be signed today."
Well, you'll have the cash tonight. You'll have the $4,000 tonight.
Well, tomorrow.
If they're gonna come get the toolboxes tonight.
No, they're coming tomorrow. I need the toolbox from the basement brought up so that way when they get here tomorrow, it's ready to go. They can carry it out.
Yeah.
The other one's in my garage. It's been in my garage for a year. It hasn't moved. I haven't touched it. Nothing's been in it. Like, it's still wrapped. So I'm selling both of them for $4,000, which sucks because they're $10,000 worth of fucking boxes, but is what it is. Not gonna. I mean, it's the easiest and best way because I don't have to make monthly payments to somebody. You know.
Well, that's just like, when River was born, I had to fight for custody for him when the day he was born, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? I sold a lot of my collector's guns. I had a lot of guns worth a lot of money. I sold them to pay for lawyers.
Yeah. Got to do what you got to do, And
that's the thing. You always got guns is the best thing to sell, especially if you got collector's fucking guns.
I got to go, fellas. Have a good night.
I bet.
Take it easy.
All right, you too, babe.
Good talking to you guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Peace.
I'm just glad that they were. I know they're undercutting me on price, but I'm glad they're at least meeting my minimum that I need.
Yeah.
It is what it is. They're sitting on a shit ton of repo boxes and everything, and they just got hit with like $300 and some $1,000 bill, because those Snap-on trucks that you see that go to shops and sell, they actually own all of their own tools and boxes and everything. They pay for all of that, and then when they sell it, then you owe them directly, not Snap-on. Well, they went to the convention, the Snap-on convention, and ordered a bunch of shit for next year. Well, they were told that they weren't going to get billed until the stuff next year gets shipped. So they ordered a bunch of shit, and then they came home, and they got a bill for like almost $400,000.
Yep.
So now they have to pay it, even though the stuff hasn't been shipped yet.
Yep.
So they got to pay that, and then they just texted me yesterday saying that their truck it broke down, and it's going to be in the shop, so they're going to come pick up my boxes tomorrow instead of Tuesday. Because Monday they had a whole busy schedule of getting to shops, and now they can't because their truck is broke down. So they're going to bring a pickup truck and a trailer and pick up my 2 boxes. So I'll have the $4,000 tomorrow from them, and then that check being delivered tomorrow, certified. So actually, I should check and see where that's at because I got a tracking for it.
Yeah, you better hope that gets delivered tomorrow.
Well, even if it's not tomorrow, if I get it the next day or whatever, I got a couple days. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm not too worried about it.
Yep.
Regardless, I'm pretty sure I'll get that check before the deadline. It'll be 2,000, So let's see here. Where is that fucking tracking?
And all you gotta do is sign it over right to your fucking lawyer or right to Krista. That's all you gotta do.
So my lawyer, and then they'll drop it off down there. They'll write a check out of their account, my account with them, and then that way they don't even see who wrote the check and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
All right, fellas. Go ahead, did it?
Yeah. About time for me to jump off too, so it's good time.
Good. Here we go.
From the decks to the galley, we've had our say. Fiverr's crew rolling on another fine day. Stories and laughter from shipmates true. We'll see you next time. Fair winds to you.
This is the Fifers 991!